Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
That's how we're starting this.
Yeah.
It opens at the close. Yes.
Cheers.
Welcome. It is us, your Tuesday night crew, the cast of Silver and Steel, here to present to you one last time our homebrew 5th edition game. Yes, the one and only. It is my divine pleasure to introduce our cast for tonight. One last time, take it away, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community. Wait, hold on. I have to be in character here. Hello, I'm Lauren. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond, and tonight I will be playing one last time Orkira Eldrex, your dragonborn cleric, just trying to keep everybody alive.
Thank you so much for your presence and your light. Jen.
Oh, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am playing Alyndra, your cleric diviner, and I have foreseen time, so I know that this is. I'm not going to go with the one last time thing because time does wonky things. I think this is all happening again.
I appreciate you.
I'm gonna continue to be in denial and believe that.
And your foresight. Hope.
Hello. My name is Hope LaVelle. And I'm going to be playing Penelope Halfpint, your friendly halfling druid, Circle of the Moon.
Thank you, Hope, for your presence and your friendship. Meagan?
Well, hello, everyone. This robotic voice will help me keep my composure. I will be playing an artificer Butterwitch tonight. Time is non-linear.
Thank you for your presence and your existential crisis.
Thank you.
Be Dave.
Imagine, if you will, a group of adventurers, halflings, elves, dragonborn, thrust into a world beyond their comprehension to battle gods for the sake of the innocent. Among them, an anomalously tall halfling, possessed of too many levels and too many classes, and yet it still works for some weird reason. His name is how he lives his life, freely.
Thank you, B-Dave, for your presence and your skill with words, truly. Todd.
I'm Todd Kenreck! I play Avren! He's the trickster god! And I'm ready to throw some dice!
Amazing.
Thank you, Todd, for the chaos. And thank you so much, audience, for being with us here on our finale of Silver and Steel. I'm so excited to bring a close, at least to this chapter. Who knows what lies in store for our wonderful adventurers, but this is going to be the first installment in our saga, and I am so excited to share that with you today. It has been my divine pleasure to be your DM for, 40 weeks?
39.
39 weeks. It has been my divine pleasure to be your DM for 39 weeks. I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar. You probably know me as that bronze girl more so than Jasmine, but still, yeah, we've got a great show for you today. And to kick it off, I think we've got some great fan art.
We do. For the last time for this chapter, we've got some fan art. So first off, this is by Edit Inkwell. This came through our customer service. Again, people are sending customer service messages and sending us fan art to customer service.
Is that Machete? It is Machete.
That is Machete and Machete's more alter ego-ish character.
Pre the wear of time.
And curses and things. So thank you so much. Once again, if you ever want to send us anything, you can. You make the customer service people very happy, but feel free to use any of our social media accounts.
Please tag us in it so we get to see it.
Yes. And then Danny Schiffbau1 came through with the most adorable Valentine's Day cards.
So good.
And I will be using these for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
100%.
Me too.
They're so clever.
Who are you going to get the snot one to? That one friend that needs some...
I love that Griff is just Griff.
Yep.
That's it.
It's so good.
My
The
favorite
art is so beautiful.
The art is wonderful. All of the messages on them are so indicative of our characters. And if I may say so, Callie's message, because Danny Schiffbau didn't just give you a bunch of binary. it actually says something. I did not translate it because I am not that smart, but one of my wonderful mods did and told me what it says, and it's lovely. So you should definitely check that out.
You're not going to tell us?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you off air because that will encourage people to go and check out this lovely, lovely art. And finally, here we go. So we have a whole ballad sung to our theme song. This is by writer Circa1 on Twitter. This is the Ballad of Turtle Beach. You'll have to go and listen for yourself because it is amazing. They sing an entire ballad, all telling the story of Daisy and those of us who helped Daisy defend the turtles on the beach from the evil scourge of birds in the air. And there they are. It's amazing. So we have a ballad. So I am constantly amazed and thankful and humbled, and especially as one of the people who takes care of the social medias every time that comes in and we have any kind of fan art or music or anything, it is an absolute joy. And if there's one thing, if the second thing I'm going to miss, the thing I'm going to miss the most is playing with all of you, and the second thing is going to be that. So thank you.
Y'all make me all glassy-eyed.
Gave Jasmine a sad.
Yeah, why'd you have to say it like that, Lauren? Take back what I said.
Because yeah, I make people cry, including myself.
No.
Anytime myself
Don't
or
you all start.
one
don't,
of these
don't do
terrible
it.
human beings rolls a
If you
20.
cried, then I'm gonna cry, and then we're all gonna cry.
It's gonna be a hot mess. Let's
Somebody
not do
in the
that.
chat has a chance of winning a legendary bundle. I remembered to say that this week, and Lauren Urban is the worst. Hit the trailer.
Follow the raven's call as darkness begins to fall. To test your fate, it's time for the diamonds to break and choose whose side you will take. Give in to the powers revealed and come make us deal with your silver
Ela.
Beautiful. All right. Let's get into the mayhem. So, last time we left our adventurers, they were trying to broker a peace between the people of Port Argent and the Marids. I know that Alyndra and the party split into two equal halves. Half decided to try to call a ceasefire and did successfully do so with the use of a very good charisma roll. And the other half went to try to go and disrupt this Marid ritual that was happening and successfully did so. Where we last left our party, I believe Orkira had just sent a sending to Alyndra, letting them know that they needed to get the Marids to stop attacking, since they had managed to get the people to stop attacking for a period of, I think when we last checked, it was 3 minutes. Where we come now is actually a little bit further in our future, in our timeline. We see Alyndra and Freely and Penelope kind of standing before some elderly Marids in a structure that looks very almost like you could see the sunlight filtering in from above. It's like a net that thinly covers almost like a lattice type of structure, and you're actually up on the surface. You see a Havara off in the distance, kind of lazily blowing bubbles. You know, they're kind of, some of them rest on the surface of the ocean, and some of them manage to get a little bit of flight, and every time one does, she looks vaguely excited before it pops, spraying a bunch of Marid children down below with mist. It's a very idyllic sight compared to what you were witnessing before. The cannon fire off on the far side of this sort of island has stopped temporarily, and you know you only have a couple of minutes to make your case, Alyndra. What do you say?
So, we have Hank translating, yes?
Yes, you've cast tongues on Hank. He is translating. You also have the conduit with you, who you managed to convince
So the
not
conduit
to
was
go
going to
through with the
initiate that
ritual.
conversation, correct? She was
Yes.
going to start, and Hank was going to translate. Excellent. And Hank has tongues on him, so he should be able to be that interpreter.
Yeah.
We'll just say right before she starts, Freely just like tugs on her robe, and he's like, Alyndra, you know, we could just do a trial by combat, you know, like they roll somebody out here, like we'll just, and then it's like simple, it's clean.
Or we could not kill anyone. If we can help it.
All right.
Maybe?
No, diplomacy. No, I get it. We
We're
came to
trying.
talk. We're here to talk. We're here to talk.
Let's see
I'm just-
what we can do to facilitate this. I would like to cast guidance on Hank for whatever, or I suppose first on the conduit, since she'll be doing the conversations first, and then on to Hank. So, yes, let's do this, I suppose. Oh, goodness.
You see a lot of them are upset with her for not doing her duty, her sworn duty. And she is very calm, even in the face of what is a relentless onslaught of 4 different people, listing off the ways in which she's betrayed her people. And in some ways, this goes from being an address to a trial very quickly. Nevertheless, she remains stern and very sure of herself. And, you know, now her headdress is still kind of in her hand and no longer like covering her face with the veil anymore. And she very calmly says, I don't think that violence is the way forward. I think in some ways we may need these people and that they may need us. You see a chortle kind of ripple across the 4 elderly Marids sitting around this table. She furrows her brow and kind of continues, and she says, yes, I know that they're stupid and prone to fits of emotionality, but against a greater threat, I think we have no choice, at least for the time being, than to ally with them. You hear them murmur amongst each other. Hank kind of lets you know it's not going very well. He says to you, they're old, set in their ways. They're bitter.
And understandably so.
Yes.
If I had
Bad
spent my
blood.
entire life being attacked, I would also be quite upset. But in this case, there are greater forces at work here, and the peoples of this land cooperating is going to be so much more valuable than being at odds with one another eternally. And is there something that might convince them, that might help them understand? Is it that they need to have information that they feel would benefit them? Is it that they need to hear that someone will suffer? Is it what do they need?
He like looks over them and thinks for a moment and see if this is something he would know. He kind of like shakes his head a little bit and he says, I think they think that your people will turn on them as soon as the threat is diminished, as they always have.
And wouldn't my people think the same?
I think that is where the problem lies.
So wouldn't it be a balance of the two? a mutually assured destruction, for lack of a better term?
He nods, and you see him kind of talk to the elders. Another murmur kind of ripples across the group of them. The conduit speaks up this time. What does guidance do again? Does that buff her?
It's going to give a D4.
A D4. Oh, hi, I got a 4 on the D4. That helps.
Ooh.
She says, like, and Hank translates in real time for you. She says, like, kind of sternly, she says, yes, they've attacked us before, and they may do so again. And when they do, our numbers will be weaker, especially after having taken on this threat alone. Even if just for the time being, a truce is beneficial to us because we will be stronger when inevitably we make war upon these people again.
What would be an assurance for you that that wouldn't happen?
They kind of think amongst each other for a moment, and then they
And
say,
I can put on comprehend languages as well.
Mhm.
It's likely. I thought I did that before we got down to the conduit.
Yeah, you hear them, in that case, you hear them murmur amongst each other about how, you know, there's sort of like a small squabble breaks out. Some people say a treaty. Other people say trade. One girl kind of proposes that they should readdress the water margins and boundaries and create zones that boats are forbidden in. A particularly older, whiskery gentleman suggests that they get a hostage to be able to ensure that, you know, a ward, someone that has to come and live among them as an envoy or an emissary. Yes, Freely. I can't hear you.
That's important. While they're discussing, I look over to Hank and I say, Hank, do any of the assembled elders here have the ability to read minds, perchance to see something we try to share?
He nods a little bit and he says, yes, I think one of the elder mothers does.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Mhm.
So charisma 15, if anyone, to be able to consciously lie, and I'll know if they pass it or not. But I intentionally get Alyndra and Penelope, like all of us. I'm all like, let's put a cards on the table here, elders.
Done. Also, I'd like to. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, and after I do that, I say out loud, or I get translated for me. I just say, elders, if I might address you as well. We've traveled so far together. We've been everywhere. We've been into the abyss, to strange, far-flung lands, in a place called Wildmount, across the plains to Baldur's Gate, to cities that you would not believe, and down to the depths of the ocean to face the Kraken and every other form of monstrosity. And everywhere we've gone, all we've ever tried to do is help people and spread peace. And we are here now giving you our word that we are here for your greater good. And if for some reason those people on the surface go back against it, we will be on your side. You can look in my mind. I cannot speak for my friends, but you can see what we've been through.
You're welcome to look in my mind as well. But I think rather than saying the greater good, because we are not arbiters of that for your people, I will say that there is a goddess of justice who is in these realms, who watches over things, and she has a ward of her own, shall we say? And perhaps something could be arranged through her.
They all kind of look at each other and shift, and Hank says to you, they know you speak the truth. They're willing to take your lead on this.
Thank you.
They don't trust them. And he points at the boat. And you can see two of them on the horizon because of an illusion. And he says, but they trust you. And he points at the three of you. You hear them kind of murmur amongst each other. And they say, we'll grant you 3 of our warriors, Hank included, to help you in your battle. The rest, for we don't have many warriors amongst us, will have to stay here just to ensure that nothing happens while the bulk of our forces is gone. But we will send 3 to help you fight this lightning worm.
Thank you.
You see the conduit kind of like, take Hank's forearm in hers as they kind of like gently salute each other. And you see him kind of like almost say farewell to some of the people there, as though unsure that he'll come back.
Don't worry, big guy. I'll protect you.
You see him like crack a smile as he looks down at you, several feet below him.
I got you. Don't worry. Hey, Callie would never forgive me if you didn't come back from this. Trust me, I got you, buddy. It's fine.
If
I
all
understand.
tales are as true as the elders say, then I have no doubt next to you is probably the safest I will be. You are very widely traveled.
Well, I'm just gonna. You stay behind me. I'll stay behind Penelope. It all just sort of works out. Like it's like a teamwork. Like we triangulate. Like it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be good. We'll be good.
A bubble comes like coursing on the wind and pops next to you all, kind of spraying you all with seawater. And Ahavara like kind of giggles. And she's like, "How did it go?"
I think we did it. Did we do it?
Wow.
Did we do it?
I mean, well, like nobody's like
Part of
coming at
it.
us like.
We've taken the first part in a multi-phase process.
Okay,
So
we've
now-
almost done it.
We've
We've
done like half
started.
of it. We did our half. We did our half, though. Wait,
What?
chest bump, bring it in.
We
Our
still
half.
have the people of the land to speak with.
I'm sure Avren and Sofieus got that like nailed down. And if they don't, Orkira's there. Like, no, this I'm telling you, the
Terror
hard part's done.
flashes across Alyndra's eyes.
Smash cut to the boat where Orkira and Avren are having words regarding holding a boat hostage.
And where were you gonna put the people? Really?
There's a whole ocean. If they're sailors and they don't know how to swim, that's kind of on their parents, right? That's just bad parenting. So like that's just the idea was, hey, I'm gonna blow up the boat. Look at me, I'm crazy. And then you jump off, and then the boat explodes, and then hooray, peace.
And that no, blowing up stuff doesn't always lead to peace. Trust me on that. No.
I knew this elf that would disagree. I blew them up fine, and then everything was okay. So yeah, it worked out okay. But listen, this is a secondary plan. It's not my lead plan. This is just like the B plan. The A plan is like rousing speech, be a hero, save the world. That's the kind of thing I like to lead with. And if they don't like that, then I blow it up.
We got to figure out a plan in between your A and your B plan. Your B plan needs to become like your D plan, and then you need like a B and a C that are incremental blowing up of things.
Ooh, I like that. So like D is for demolition, and like C is for catastrophe, and then B is for
You're going the wrong direction.
I don't know what B is for. Well, B is for backup. That's what B is for. Yeah. Or blow up.
Can B be for let's be out of here?
Well,
Jackson, is there any way we can just leave? Can the boat leave now?
Well, has the firing stopped? Like we haven't done the job. We have like 4
You
minutes.
see her put away her like viewing glass, and she's like, "Well, you have been fighting for about 4 minutes, and it looks like they've stopped attacking. They seem to be pulling back to the coast."
Yeah. So Alyndra said that's they were going to stop. And it just took an extra minute or two because, giant ocean. So
Peace in 4 minutes is pretty impressive.
Yes. Still cannot say I care for your insurance plan.
if it helps, neither do I. But we don't have to go to plan F. Now we're just at plan A, which is lots of peace and preparing for a giant lightning worm.
Oh, I think I know what plan F is. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you
now,
don't.
now plan is get together and fight evil. That's what we always do because the world needs heroes. I'm not one of them, but all of you all look like heroes. All
He
you
outsources
sailors.
his heroing.
Yeah, you all look very hero-y. You all look.
Well, I do know some of our people in town are preparing for a plan you had laid with Salome. She said you wanted to shore up some defenses in a cave and set about doing some of that as per your recommendations. I don't know how much time she's had to prepare, but she's done her best. I have to say I'm a little relieved to not be fighting this battle on two fronts. I'd rather be in a better position to help her.
Well, now we can be. Should one of us?
Is that a giant turtle? You see her bring the looking glass back up?
Yeah. Yes, that is.
That is a giant turtle.
Look at
It's a giant
Look at
turtle.
bubbles in the water?
Look at the volcanoes on her back. Isn't it so cool?
No, she's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, easy now.
Is
She's
that what
not
they were
like
gonna
a god
attack us
god.
with?
She's just a primordial god, so she's not,
She's like super cool. Yeah. No, that's not what they were gonna attack us with. That's a neutral ally. Awesome.
Oh, no.
Avahara.
If they dropped a turtle on us, I don't know if even this baby could take that. She slaps the side of the ship.
Well,
Avren goes to the corner. That's cool. Orkira never thought I was cool when I was being a god, but if I have volcanoes on my back, maybe Orkira would have thought I was cool. But whatever.
I always thought you were cool, Avren. It's okay.
Thank you, sweetie.
with my passive perception, I think I hear that and I ignore it for the moment. Because I'm still bitter about previous discussions. So.
Ooh, passive shade.
Yes, passive cleric shade. All right, well, so let's
Griff eyebrows.
judgy Orkira eyebrows. All right, well, let's find everybody else and solidify the peace, and then figure out what we're gonna do about the big lightning worm.
We're gonna kill a big lightning worm. That's what we're gonna do. I think peace is solidified. Now we unsolidify a big icky worm. That was a threat.
Is that also made of jello or gelatinous stuff too? Are we finding another gelatinous thing?
I listen. This is my first rodeo, frankly, with this type of worm wrangling. So yeah, I don't know.
Sofieus, have you ever wrangled a giant lightning worm?
No, I don't think it was giant.
Okay, small, tiny, medium.
It was small.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have any suggestions, because that especially if it's gelatinous, that doesn't sound good.
The fire. The fire is usually good for gelatinous things.
That's good to know. If we see Avahara, do we see any of the others, any of our friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do notice now. I think that Griff has been waiting patiently, on the banister.
Oh, Griff is actually here. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Not only there, but with a note. In his beak.
Yeah, and impatiently doing that thing owls do, where they kind of clack, and also furrow at you.
Oh, Griff's here. Okay, who's got the least judgy glare going on with Griff?
Yeah, Griff and I have never really gone along that well. So, yeah.
Sofieus?
Sofieus.
I don't have anything against Griff.
Do you want to say hi to Griff?
Hello, Griff.
Griff flies over to you, hands you the note that he's holding.
Oh, okay. I take the note and I open it.
It's essentially diplomatic instructions. Like this is the step-by-step 5-year-old's guide to diplomacy in this negotiation.
This is very useful to me.
Step one, don't blow the boat up.
Step one, don't be yourselves. Step two.
What does it say?
It gives you an update on where we are in our negotiations, and starts to just give you guidelines in terms of what needs to be discussed for terms for the citizens of Port Argent. And also lets you know that there's the potential that the Goddess of Justice may be involved in ensuring the peace if they have concerns. Adjudicating.
But
Oh, this would have been really useful like 10 minutes ago before everybody said they were going to blow up the boat.
yeah, we are. Hey, Griff. We got it handled. Everything's peaceful now. Everything's great. We're gonna go fight the lightning worm. So, and first off, I don't agree with the demolition thing. I think that thing works like 100% of the time, 80% of the time. And yeah, no, yeah, I'm not so sure on this.
Terms?
Yeah, sure. That's here you go.
I'll handle that.
That's
You
a
see
good idea.
Shanksana like take it, and she says, "Yeah, I'll see if I could get some of the council members out here to maybe smooth things over a little bit. They're not going to be happy about this with the boats that have gone missing, but
Well, let them know it's not the Marid's fault and it's not the fisherman's fault. It's been this weird big misunderstanding, which has caused a lot of misunderstanding about violence. And so they can be mad at the lightning worm because the lightning worm is the one that caused all of this to start with. If the lightning worm hadn't come along and eaten all the fish, then the fishermen wouldn't have had to go find other places to go do their fishing. And they didn't know to go to they didn't know the spawning grounds were a bad place and all that happened. So yeah, let them know this is going to be a good thing because no one's going to accidentally cause a war.
I agree. I would much rather have my feet on solid ground anyway. I feel like I'm wasted on a boat.
Your hat's really cool though.
Thank you."
Well,
Like adjusts it and flex while she does so.
Also, your muscles are really cool. I've been trying to do pull-ups. I get like a half a day. I'm not. All right.
yeah.
So
I'm just imagining Orkira doing half a pull-up.
I'm just.
Getting
there we go.
With the little wing support. The little,
I was gonna say, like,
No, the wings are cheating. That's what I was told. Briv told me the wings are cheating, so I don't. Yeah. Okay. So should we go on over to see Avahara?
Yeah, I think the city council's going to be convinced since we're not like in war right now, and if that doesn't convince them, then well, turrets. Yeah, let's go see how everyone else is doing. Go team.
Bye.
Plan.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we'll take the bomb away. I mean, the fail safe for the boat. Have a good one. Good job captaining.
I'd like to be the last person out of the captain's quarters and turn back and say, "I'm really sorry. Sorry. Really sorry."
You destroyed the entire world.
Then you hear Shuxana
I'm
say,
sorry about that too.
You hear Shuxana say just to you, Orkira. She says like, "Be safe, and don't let those idiots get you killed."
Nah, I can do that for myself. Thanks. I'll follow everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Sofieus turns and looks at Shuxana and says, "It was not loaded the whole time." And carries her cannon away.
Orkira was the last one out, but
That's okay.
I was right in front of Orkira.
We stop both together in the doorways. It's like, oh.
Okay.
Just everyone's apologizing for Avren.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've never thought of you as an idiot. That's terrible.
I
It was
appreciate
a
that.
very mean thing for the captain to say.
Listen, I'm very well aware that I'm not the smartest person here. That's usually Alyndra. That's why we
Well-
have, yeah.
And also to be down on Griff like that was just uncalled for. He's just an owl. He's not even a real owl. He's just like a judgy, fake, magic-y owl.
I don't think he's fake. I think he's just really intimidating. See those eyebrows?
I don't know. Nothing judges that hard without being fake.
I don't know. He's pecked me before, and that felt pretty real.
That's
Are
true.
Are we getting back into Dave to go back over to Avahara, or are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you reconvene back on Ahavara's back, and kind of debrief each other. Everyone's kind of caught abreast of what happened on the other side. So now you're
Penelope!
freely disrupting the ritual and
Yes. So on as they're on the way back, I give an advance warning to the Nereids because I've been watching through Griff's. That's part of why I sent Griff, was to keep tabs on what you were doing. It wasn't just a delivery. And I turn kind of to the Nereids who are with us, and I say, an advance warning. The folks coming back can be, one of them in particular, can be a bit. And I look at Freely. I look at Penelope. Yeah. The decision making and the words can be not particularly well thought out.
But he is the blessed of Ahavara, so like
True.
she like a son to the turtle goddess, and man is he devout. So yeah,
you hear
it's like-
Ahavara say, "Son is a strong word."
well, but you had so many hatchlings, like we saw them. There was that one like goofy one. Like I mean, it's
Yeah.
right.
Well, the hatchlings are like my kids.
right, like a hatchling of Ahavara, but like one of many.
Yeah, but one that is kind of on the wrong path. And
little-
you say to yourself, this one fell a little far from the tree, but you're doing your best, and
Yeah.
they're doing their best too.
Let me know as soon as we get close with Dave.
Yeah. You
As
see
soon as we get close with Dave.
Yeah, you do. You start coming into range. You hear like the little puttering.
I get out of like, Sofieus, can you drive for a bit, because Orkira is just crap at driving. I mean, she took her like 6 months to fly, so
I wouldn't say that she is crap, but I'm sure I could
I'm
take
sorry.
over.
I would-
Orkira
okay, wait.
tries her best at things.
I would say I'm crap at driving, but it took me like 6 hours to fly. So, some credit here. Come on.
I just need a little column A, a little column B. I get out. Okay, I'm just going to do a thing. It's going to be very rational and diplomatic. I get out of Dave.
As soon as he's gone, I look over at Sofieus and I'm like, this isn't gonna go well, is it? Right?
I mean, every time that Avren has tried to be diplomatic, he might have fallen a little short, but he means well.
I Eldritch Blast and Minor Illusion fireworks as we get closer in the water as we approach, and I yell, "Your savior has arrived! Your
I like that.
Ahavara has come and has
And you
brought
hear-
you peace."
And this is when you hear Ahavara say, "See, Freely, why would you associate that with me?"
You chose to associate with it yourself, your goddessness. You
Well, I
spoke to
don't
him.
know. That's why I'm saying, maybe son is a strong word.
Hatchling. One of a number of hatchlings.
Awkward
Yes.
fourth distant cousin of Ahavara.
It's but it's because you reached out to him that we were there when you needed us. So it's worked out. This has gone well for you. The PR's a little sloppy, but the results have been top flight.
Yeah.
The results have been top flight.
No, you're right.
Sophia's, if he did more of the fireworks and less of the talking, I think he'd if you could just convince him, more fire, less talk.
Avren, you look like you're having a really good time, but I don't know if everyone is enjoying the fireworks. Maybe remember that note that we got? It said something about diplomacy. I don't know. I skimmed over it. Are you dancing?
No, this is the language of their people.
I will say, as soon as we even see Dave within range, I just say, Hank, do you have any idea where Ahavara is? Like, we kept an eye out on our way here, but Ahavara, where Kretzala is, because Ahavara couldn't locate her on the way over, so we don't know where we might engage the lightning worm.
Hank actually looks to the turtle goddess, who very quickly starts with one of her feet drawing a very large diagram in the sand that's on this bony beachhead. And she's like, well, let's say this is the ocean. She makes like a big circle. And then
Right.
she's like, what we should do is make a plan. Now, we have to consider how many people we have, how to best mobilize them, and where to mobilize them. As for figuring out where the giant, big, no good dude bro is, I can probably do that using my envoys. And then myself and Orkira can work on trying to get it into this cavern y'all told me about, and the rest of you can shore up your defenses inside the cave. And she starts to like draw out like your forces. She draws like a little like a creature with a spear and a smiley face. And she says, "This is Hank. He represents the merits. Alyndra should be in charge of them." And then she draws like a little head with long hair and another smiley face. And she draws a big circle around it.
It looks
This
just
is
like
one
you. That's
group.
wild.
her drawings
I
are,
appreciate
like,
artistry
very
in any form.
large. Like the head is like about the size of a beach ball.
Listen, she's drawing with a flipper. This is really impressive.
No, she got your
Really
Ouroboros hair
impressive.
clip though. Like, I mean, I didn't realize she was like that attention to detail. Wow.
And she's like, these big eyes see everything. And she looks at you with like her big galaxy eyes. And then she says, and the people of the town, some of you should go and help them. And then, yeah.
Okay, we could do that.
And split it between ground and sea forces and push it into this area and restrain it.
Well, is our goal to trap Kretzala underground or destroy the lightning worm? Because I mean, maybe it's amphibious. If it just like crawls out on the beachhead down there, then like Callie and all of her people are in trouble, and that's not good. So
Well, either way, pushing it out of the water will be our best option, because when it's in the water, its lightning arcs and snaps, electrifying everything around it, making it more potent.
right. So
I
we're gonna,
was kind of scared to fight this thing, but I think if I had Orkira and maybe Penelope, I think I could do it.
I mean, that's how I feel. Like literally every time we fight anything. Yeah.
Yeah, having
Constantly.
Penelope makes everything better. You had
That's true.
mentioned about getting the lightning worm into this area. Is it better that we're going to try to like push it, frighten it, attack it, and force it in that direction? Or are we bait?
Bait.
We could
probably.
do a mixture of both. Yeah, for sure. We could try to harass it in that direction, but I think we'll also want to cover the mouth of this cavern with, well, I guess I'm the only one big enough to do it. Because what if it flees back into the water after it sustains damage?
Well, we have some other backups I've spoken with that will be assisting us. The Galabur, I believe.
Oh, rock elementals. Okay. Well, you, and she draws like a bald, head with like a frowny face. You'll be with the rock elementals. And then she draws like a stack of rocks.
That's incredible. It's uncanny, the resemblance.
Wait, how long have I been bald?
Well, I didn't have the heart to tell you. I thought it was a choice, not a curse, but okay.
When did this happen?
Since you became undead, I think maybe the potion I gave you to make you undead made you lose your hair. I'm very
you looked
sorry.
at
A
your
terrible side
coins?
effect.
Okay, I'll be in charge of the rock people. I'm not feeling insecure right now.
No, it looks great though. Like you got a skull that can carry it. Not everybody does. Some people look like a chocolate chip, but no.
Yeah,
you
you're
got
rocking it,
Yeah, no,
Avren.
it's good.
Honestly, I think hair is overrated. It ends up like sticking out in weird directions.
Yeah,
I mean, I have this skull. It's, yeah.
Well, also
Why are you
just
carrying that around?
I don't know. I like it. I don't remember his name, but it was sentimental enough that I cast it in gold. So
Do you not drink out of the skulls of your enemies, Alyndra?
Yeah, didn't you? We told you that in
mm,
primary school.
No.
I have
try-
failed you then.
yeah, you try and raise them right, and look what happens. No. Also, there is a backup plan. If we get Kretzala into the cave, we can detonate Dave to cause a collapse too. to trap him in there. So remember, laden
A
with explosives.
collapse.
Well,
There's
not on the town,
people
but on the
who live in
exit.
there.
No, the exit to the
Oh,
cave.
the exit. Okay.
We're not trying to kill
So-
the whole town.
Then you
I
see
mean,
her
not
draw
ideally.
like her big smiley face with her like kind of turtle curve in the middle and like her big head. And then you see her like draw 2 big eyes. And then she puts like a little head with like, these little elf ears and a smile so big that the eyes are like little lines. And then she puts another in there that's like a dragon shaped head. And she puts a circle around it. That's another group of people. So, in that case, I think Freely and Sofieus should be in charge of leading the town people because, as we've seen, they're not very bright and in desperate need of leadership.
Oh.
Okay.
Well-
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what's Avren going to do? Is he just going to continue having a fire rave by himself?
He's
No,
got the earth
No,
elementals.
he's in charge of the rock elementals.
Okay.
Yeah. I
They'll
speak.
need
I'm the one who speaks.
instruction.
Okay.
They're usually very passive people,
Yeah,
mean,
I'm good at
not
making
made
people
for
not passive.
war.
I mean, Sofieus, if you're worried about leaving him alone, like I can handle the militia. Like it's fine. No, we will fight gloriously unto the end.
Well, I mean, he's got his rock elementals with him. Should probably be fine.
All right, great. Okay, good. Because I'd rather you be with me because I kind of didn't want to do it by myself. But okay, yeah, great. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So is this plan? Is everyone on board?
I think it could work.
So just to clarify, we have Freely and Sofieus with the town. We have Avren with the rock elementals. We have Orkira and Penelope with which group?
With Avahara, we're gonna
With me.
With
we're
Avahara.
team get lightning worm into position.
And
Excellent.
Keep it there.
And then I'm with the Merit, and we're working from the sea
Yeah.
to keep it from coming back into the sea.
Yeah. I wasn't going to get involved, but I decided to because I kind of like you guys. Even if you engage in heresy.
Well, we like you too, even if you don't.
More than you would expect on a
Yeah,
weekend.
but just think of all the prayers you're gonna get out of this deal. Like you're gonna have like some land-dwelling adherents after this glorious conflict. So like the Shrine of Ahavara is gonna get an upgrade at Port Argent.
As
And
long
by
as we
upgrade, I
don't
mean it's gonna get built.
collapse my shrine.
Access to the shrine. That's fine. Just one quick question. I think this plan is brilliant. Seems like we've covered all the stops. Although you guys know, I can do that thing where if I see Ahavara, I can be like, "Fight me," and then like run, and it'll chase me. Theoretically, like if I'm in Dave and then I like run, I mean, there's a chance I just get blown up.
So do you want to be with me then?
I mean, eternally, Alyndra, eternally. But I mean,
I
in
adore
terms
you,
of the
Freely.
plan, you just wherever
I
I
was referencing the plan personally.
I mean, poor
The
King,
other
I
thing would
love
have to be a
stones.
much longer conversation.
I mean, we just got to live through this first, and then we can talk about whatever you want. But just in terms of that being a capability I possess, I just put it in front of the community.
I'm not usually like uncomfortable by these conversations, but I'm uncomfortable by this conversation. Yeah.
And
Imagine
I'm
you're-
jealous.
I know everybody wants to be with Alyndra Penelope, right? Yeah. So just want you to know that that's the thing I could do. If I'm like, "Hey, Kretzala," and then like
I turn
throw
to
Dave
Penelope
and
and I say, that was just, I'm not interested. I love you, Freely, but not in that way.
Alyndra, he's just trying to make taller halflings. He has a tall halfling agenda.
This long scale, smarter, taller halfling breeding program has been the long game from the beginning.
He just wants some elflings.
It's true. It's true. Alyndra possesses every trait Freely lacks. But yeah, I'm like, so you tell me.
You're just trying to min-max your future generations.
That's it. That's
You're
it.
multi-classing into wizard and cleric because you don't have it yet.
It is halfling optimization. There'll
There
be
you
3
go.
quarterlings. Yeah. But yes, Ahavara, you are wise and powerful. I will be where you want me to be.
And a battle mastermind.
Exactly.
It's true.
It will
Really,
be.
Brilliant plan.
I trust Penelope can do anything. But if Penelope and I can't do the thing with the worm, I'll send you a message and let you know, and then you can do your fight me. And Orkira will attempt to like do your, and it just, she looks ridiculous.
No,
She's
no,
not good at
it's
it at all.
very imposing. It's the wings. It's the wings. You know, yeah, no, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you can be plan B. And then she just looks over at Avren and then looks back.
Ready.
Alyndra, real quick,
Yes.
away from everybody else. Just you, me, and Sofieus. This may be the time. We'll always be around. And time goes in a circle. So everything's going to be fine.
Alyndra, I think what Avren is trying to say is we will always be reincarnated, in a sense, into a different being. If we don't make it through this, we will always be here, and we will
Yes,
always be here to protect you as
I
much
know
as we
you
can.
To do that, I mean, I've seen you die so many times at this point. But I trust that you'll get through. But are you saying that I'm also?
No, we're saying that you're going to get through. You're going to be fine. We believe in you. As much trouble as we cause, we're very proud. And you're going to do fantastic. But please, whatever happens, do not marry freely. Good God.
Are you
Yes,
joking with me right now?
Absolutely not.
Are you-
Do not marry freely.
No, not the freely thing. But are you? Like, I go and I kind of poke at you to see if someone's disguising themselves as you, because you don't ever say that to me.
Ow. Still undead, but ow.
Oh, that was a bone.
Yeah, well, I'm mostly bone at this time. No, we always believe that. We believe in all of you.
We just want you to know that we don't plan on dying, but if we do, we want you to know that we're never going away, and we're going to do everything we can to protect you, as we have in the past, and as we will do in the future, and in this life and the next life.
Don't die again, though.
It hurts a lot.
I like having you here.
I like being here too.
So stay.
We're gonna try.
Try hard. Try hard. I love you both. Try hard.
We love you too.
I'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
And you all split up.
They come back to Orkira asking Penelope, okay, so are you going to turn into like a giant octopus or a giant manta ray or
Or a
giant
giant
penguin?
turtle.
Or the penguin. The penguin was really, really cool.
Do you think I'm right for this job? I feel worried I won't be able to do it.
Well, I mean, I trust that you can do anything. If you think that there's something else that you'd rather do.
Avar, what do you think? Do you think I can do it? Maybe I'm better off to go talk to the townspeople. I mean, I'm pretty good at that.
Well, you could probably do that too. Just, maybe don't leave me alone.
Okay,
That
okay.
would be terrible. I mean, I guess if I have you or Orkira, I'll be fine. But
No. It's okay. It's all right. I got this. I can do this. Everyone just seems so worried, and I don't know why.
Well, we're gonna fight a big giant lightning worm. It's normal to be nervous, and I think it's good that you're gonna stay with us because I'm fast, and when you turn into stuff, you're scary, but still cute. And so, like, I can be bait, and you can come up from behind, doing that dire penguin snappy thing.
Okay. I can do this. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. We split up.
Yep.
Let's go.
Well, not you and me are staying with Avar. Everybody else
Yeah.
is-
Oh, right. Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, it worked once, splitting the party, so we'll just do it again.
Well, we'll only be split for a little bit, and then we'll all be together because, you know,
We're gonna win, and then there'll be a party.
well, no, because I think we're all gonna fight this giant thing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about after we win, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when they're finished, I just walk up to them and I'm like, come on, what are we even worried about? I mean, like, we've all died, we've come back, we've been evil, we've been mind flayers, we've traveled across space and time for one another. Like, this is not, hey, we got like one enemy. We know who it is and where it is, which is usually not at all how things go for us. Like, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be good. First round of drinks is on Avren.
All right.
Yeah. Also, Orkira, in a pinch, like if we're losing and something terrible's happened, like maybe call the Phoenix and destroy everything. But besides that, though, it's gonna be
No.
fine.
Listen, I already had this conversation once with Avren. The plan A through like Z should never be blow up the entire world. That should be like a plan double F.
I feel like maybe like the Phoenix is like more nuanced than you're giving her credit for.
I
Maybe
do
like the
kind of want to meet the Phoenix.
But she can like comprehend just blow up this swath.
I would love to introduce the two of you that doesn't involve me exploding into flames and destroying another world. So afterwards, we'll it'll be great. Afterwards, we'll have a party, and there'll be introductions and things. But no blowing up an entire world today, please.
I'm gonna grab Sofieus. We're gonna hop in Dave. We're gonna go rally us some townsfolk. Again, just call me if you need. Otherwise, this is gonna work fine. It's gonna be simple, silky smooth. No negative repercussions. Just some heroing. Just gotta do some heroing. All right, let's go. Wait. Chest bump. One more. Penelope, bring it in. All right. Yeah, let's go. And I go hop in the sub and head to get Sofieus.
So Penelope and Orkira take off with Ahavara, who makes sounds as she's going in super speed mode this time.
Oh, we join her in making those.
Yeah. One on each of her big shell's shoulder pieces. There's like these nice spots where you can kind of like sit, and there's like an outcropping you can put your legs over and swing.
We suddenly have goggles on.
This is like these are the sounds you're left with as you see Ahavara just whoosh, kind of like push a wave up onto the beach head that you're on, as she takes off with like extra gusto, leaving the rest of you by the Dave unit. From here, you can easily make your way back to Port Argent. The Dave unit's actually pretty fast, and kind of set up in the cavern like you did before. When you make your way back to back to town, it takes you a while to get there. You do see that Sally is in like full kind of business mode. She's like seems stressed out. There's people like hauling crates up and down the cliff head when you kind of roll up in the Dave unit near the docks, which, as you know, the city's like kind of up on a bluff. And you see she's erected these pulleys to like bring giant crates and munitions kind of down. And she's kind of standing on a rocky part of the beach underneath. She's not up on the cliff, kind of yelling up and instructing people, "Careful with that!" as she's like kind of standing there. And she sees you kind of roll up and hop out. She continues, kind of directing everybody like into the cave, and she will usher all of you in that direction as well. She kind of gives you a tour of what she has set up so far. She's set up 2 ballistae with like nice, heavy, thick ropes, like of nautical quality, to be operated by 2 people that she's kind of roughly trained on how to do that. Yes, Freely.
Just to clarify from when we were here before,
Mhm.
because we ultimately escaped by essentially going up a plume from the pool that was over where I'm believing this fight is supposed to take place.
Mhm.
Is it remotely feasible to have the people of the town sort of stationed in that fluke and like dropping rocks and things down that hole theoretically on Kretzala, or do they need is they need to be somewhere else? Like, I mean, they're almost like heavy weapons, like pushing the rocks off the cliff, like down to that opening.
So the area where you shot out of was where like a deep subterranean kind of like hole where a whale that they think, at least that's what they think, comes and docks every once in a while, gets air, and then continues. So it is pretty far. I mean, the hole is very small. You could drop rocks down there, but not with any kind of accuracy, because I don't know if you remember, it was very narrow.
Okay. All right. Oh, so I've misunderstood where this fight's taking place, because I thought this was kind of happening like at the base of that. So where theoretically are we luring Kretzala to? Because apparently I've misunderstood.
It was my understanding that it was in that grotto where you dropped the turtles off.
Yeah. I thought those were the same place. So, okay. Yes. In the grotto where the turtles were. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is like a nice big cave, like that has like a wide mouth that led you into the Underdark. And then there is another area that kind of like is completely closed off, except for there's almost like a hole that comes up, and there's like a part of it that opens up into the ocean, if that makes sense. But there's like two different entrances that you know of into this network of caves that kind of go into this world's version of the Underdark.
Do I see the Galabdur?
You wouldn't see them at first, but as you start kind of walking around, you know, Salome's kind of like showing you where she's shored up defenses. She's got some sandbags kind of thrown down. And you hear her, like, she's talking with you mostly, Alyndra, where she's like, from my notes, this thing leaves waves in its wake, so I thought maybe it'd be good to bring up some defenses here in case it tries to wash all of our stuff away. We did lash down these two ballista here. We're going to try to get 2 cannons down here as well, but we're going to have hell of a time bringing them down. And she's like kind of breaking down to you like,
can I throw
what
an
her
Untensis
theories are.
floating disc and aid with that? It holds up to
of
500
course.
pounds.
Definitely.
I can assist then.
Yeah, she's like, that's fantastic. I love it. And as she's kind of like showing you around and kind of introducing herself to the Marids and kind of talking about this cave structure and where she intends to have all of you situated, that's when you'll actually see kind of like a little pebble roll up to your foot, Avren. And then you'll notice like a pile of rocks, like kind of near one side of the cave that is completely innocuous to the naked eye. They almost look to just be like a pile of rocks sitting there.
I know better. Sometimes when I am very still, I can become invisible. I wave at the rocks. Do I see anyone in the area not doing their job, or like maybe do I see kind of like scoundrels or kind of piratey people who are just like trying to leave town instead of actually fighting?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh well.
Or insight.
Oh well.
Yes, one traumatized child who had nightmares on Halloween.
16.
16. You spot Spice.
Oh,
kind
I
of
spot
like,
Spice.
Yeah, kind of like, with a slingback bag.
Legit, my next thing was going to be asking Orkira or Alyndra to message Spice. So they're to sending Spice. So great.
You do notice she's kind of like, at the edge of the cave, kind of like, like talking to some people, and then you see her kind of backstepping away a little bit.
I walk up to Spice. I'm like, hello. I don't think we've actually met. Well, yeah, we did meet, didn't we? Your friend Freely's over there, actually. Yeah, I used to be a bit of a pirate myself, actually. And I know some people are leaving right now. It can be very profitable to take down a god, or at least a thing calling itself a god. And all of these people would
Don't you call yourself God?
Well, little
Are you
G.
telling me I could have money if I kill you? And this is what you hear freely.
I mean, probably, yeah. No, I mean, not too sure of a point on that. But little G, this is like more of a big G, right? Gargantuan god kind of stuff. So who knows what you can mine out of its teeth? My teeth are small and useless. So if one was to defend this area, lots of profit, lots of fame, lots of laws maybe being ignored, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And heroes.
I don't like heroes. They always have very simplistic view of what's good, what's wrong.
That's why we need something better than heroes. We need scoundrels that people
I
see
take
as
offense.
heroes. I love scoundrels.
Mm.
And again, your friend Freely there, you know, he's
I don't
shorter than
know.
the
She-
average halfling.
She
So
kind of like calls over your shoulder. Are we friends, Freely?
I mean, I like to think so, and I just sort of like slightly unholster the sword a little bit. I'm like, you know, I feel like it's like a good working relationship. I mean, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to, you know, I mean,
Business
I'm
partner.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, but you know, you got your career, I got mine, but just when we can, yeah. I mean, yeah, you know, yeah.
you're sweating.
It's humid in here, Avren. It's humid. Although, Spice, actually, I was gonna try and get word to you that maybe like an apocalyptic battle against the gods gonna happen. It just maybe.
I assumed something was going to happen.
It's if there
Since
were.
when do those people ever come down here?
Well, I mean, we're those people, and we came down here. But I mean, maybe if you could just sort of spread the
You
word.
are not like them, Freely. Let's
It's,
be honest.
Stop.
I
but-
like inch away from the conversation. I'm like, my job is done. I go back to Sofieus.
if you could just sort of spread the word around here, like, you know, the Sverfnabelin kind of owe us a solid. We got our friend Callie down here, you know, like there'll be like a lot of glory to be had from like hero and to defend your world and that world and the top world. Like 3 worlds are all being defended right here. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, I guess maybe.
Okay, I already gave you the black pearl I had. I don't have anything else in like valuable.
That was fair trade.
But yeah, you know, but I mean, like, I'm sure like Kretzala's gonna drop like something interesting. And imagine how much you'll be able to charge your next client when you have Godslayer on your resume. And I do like give her like a little elbow. Think about it. You could fight next to me. Like, well, it'll be fun. It'll be like, I don't know, like I mean,
Fight
I don't know.
next to you, well, then
Yeah,
I
I mean-
might just stick around.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. Like when you like get together and like hang out and have a good time somewhere with like somebody you like. I don't. That's not.
Call a
I don't-
date. You're going on a date.
No, the date's today. I mean, I don't even. I've lost track of time. It's a lie anyway. I'm not really a halfling for calendars, but you know, it's. You know what? Just come with me. Like I'll show you the formations. Also,
I
like,
like dates. I put them in my porridge.
I never thought about that. That is a very innovative. I tell you what, we'll swap recipes. I tell you what.
So, Sofieus,
don't-
is that what the kids are doing now?
If you just try to keep up with me, and I'll teach you.
Try. I
like
could
yeah.
run circles around you freely.
I mean, like whatever. I don't know. You seem a
Do
little,
you want to race?
little slow on the draw
Race
last
right
time.
now.
No, wait. Well. Hey, save it for the worm. Save it for the worm. Come here. Come on. Wait. Come with me here, and then I'll like lead her over towards.
Yeah. She follows you, kind of sizing you up and down, giving you a hard time.
He super like extra flexes, you know.
Yeah. There's like, you know, as you flex, she kind of like, you know, leans on you a little.
Mhm.
She has to lean down though.
I got a shield from a god. Come on, like it's you know. Then go get in position.
You're same height as my last partner, business partner. She clarifies.
You're the right height to be my partner today to like I sort of lost the thread, but yeah, we're gonna fight. It's gonna be great. I can show you how this is supposed to be used, and I show her the sword she gave me. Yeah, teach you something.
As you like show her the sword, she like kind of you know, looks at it and she's like, "Have you ever seen it?"
Kretzala?
Warm.
No, have you? We've just heard
Yes.
stories.
Well, let's see.
I mean, what did we just only know a lightning worm, and it just eats everything.
It does.
I mean, my
One
friend.
time under moon, I saw it. Maybe a week back. It has spines that stick out of water. They're so tall. Chitinous like a nail. They glow. Lightning arc between them. You and I, we could maybe work together. I have theory. Maybe if we damage it there, it will disable this like lightning rod.
We knock out one of the scales, we knock out the lightning.
This is my theory, yes.
I mean, sounds good to me. Just if you see that our vehicle over there, it's loaded with explosives. So if we just like crash it into something.
We have to hope whole cave don't come down around us.
No, it'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'll be fine. But I'm with you on this. If we get close, you and I will go up its back and do our thing.
I think only you and I will have skill to be able to do that.
He looks very flattered that she's counting him in this. He's like, okay, yeah.
Since you said you can keep up.
Guaranteed. If I see anybody else from the group, I hit them with message that's the plan, though. That I'm like, just so someone knows. Spice said she's seen the spikes, and that's how it conducts the lightning. So when it gets close, she and I are going to go up and try and knock out the spikes.
I'm busy giving a rousing speech to the Gallop door.
I probably, if I had the choice to give
like
it, I'd give it to.
You do notice they're getting roused, but it just sounds like rocks rubbing against each other.
Yeah, I'm just like, you do not know fear. You do not know death. You will taste man flesh. I mean, you will taste god flesh. You will taste worm flesh. Sorry, wrong crowd.
There's like a.
Oh, that's like my least favorite sound in the whole world. But yes.
You do recognize one of the Golub door.
Oh, hey, buddy. You ready for this? We're gonna crush a giant god. It's gonna be great.
It like knocks on your head gently.
Yes, that hurts a little bit. Thank you. This is my wife, Sofieus. I don't know if you got to become acquainted. Sofieus, the Gallop door.
Oh, yes. Hello. I think the last time that we saw each other, I was rubbing butter on a wall. How are you?
Hands you like a shiny pebble.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you.
It's a very shiny pebble. We really very much appreciate you and your people helping us out today. I know you didn't have to, and I know the people of Port Argent were a bit of a threat, but you're going to save a lot of things today, and you won't be forgotten.
Just hear like a nice little throaty rumble.
I agree. Yes, it's less than ideal, but you're brave and strong, and these fleshy meat sacks are also going to do their best, and they are brave as well. So let's. I'm thinking the plan is we go up on that cliffside, wait for a big god to show up, and just crush the crap out of it with stalactites and stalagmites, or I don't know. I always get them confused, and then also just pummeling the thing, pummeling it, and not letting it get out. Frankly, I think that's
the pummel thing. Like your friend goes and puts his like two rock hands together.
You know what would be fun is I sometimes find it inspiring music. And complicated concept, but you hit a beat.
Let me see.
Can you just hit something over and over again?
They start drumming, and it's out of sync. It's just a cacophony.
But it is rock music.
Yeah, it is actually rock music.
Oh.
I'm quite familiar with this sort of music. I actually sent them to Orkira, so this sounds quite familiar.
I'm getting this as close to "We Will Rock You" as I possibly can in Avren's mind. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not super musically inclined, unfortunately. And in fact, you hear like a voice kind of ring out through the cavern. And it's just like, "Oi, what's that ruckus?" And you see like Millie with her uncle like overseeing some of the cannons that Alyndra's bringing down. "Be careful with that. You'll blow your finger off." And you see her like kind of poke somebody as she's like, like leading them away from the cannonballs. And now you actually realize that the Galeb door have helped create some of the munitions that will be used in these like cannons. Metal is something that the town was running low on, especially given that the mine has shut down. So their munitions aren't quite what Millie's used to. She like kind of examines this like big smooth stone, and then she comes over and like pats your friend Avren, and she's like, "You're getting him smoother every time. This one might even fit." And the Galeb door just grumbles, and she like taps it on the shoulder. "This
They're
one's
good.
all right.
They're all right. They're fantastic.
Not that one." And she points out like a particularly mossy one.
Hey, I love Moss. And Mossy is
He's terrible.
old friend. No, he gets grumpy sometimes. He doesn't roll around as much as the others, but he shouldn't be
He doesn't.
judged.
He's a lot larger, and
That's unkind.
he's more made of granite than the other ones
Oh.
are.
Well, granite is shit, but I didn't say that.
Yeah, he's very granity and mossy and
Yeah.
made out of like old stone.
Oh, okay. Not even basalt. That's embarrassing. Well, we just deal with
You should never take granite for granted.
Well said, Sofieus. Good point. Right. Well, we have a rock army now. So let's go smash some
Army?
heads in.
There's 5 of you.
That's enough. That feels like an army to me. Trust me, I feel
An
like an army
of
with
rock
less.
people, yeah.
The army of rolling stones.
What's the opposite of inspiration?
Disadvantage on you, disadvantage on
Oh,
your
yep.
I feel like we all should have foreseen that moment.
Yep.
I appreciate you, Jen. I loved it.
Thanks.
We will die
I
as
love
we've
it
lived.
too.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Punning.
hmm
It's true. It's how we exist.
Mm.
I mean, we need to weaponize that to attack Kretsala with just dead jokes.
I think we just
Puns,
did.
bad dad jokes.
Mhm.
Where
no
is
such
the
thing.
That was
tur-
a ranged dad joke. What was the range on that?
where is the turtle god? Do we have like a sense of where Kursala is right now?
You don't, but Orkira and
Yes.
yes. Mhm.
Oh, question. If this is a lightning god, does that mean the water is unsafe?
So give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, actually, we'll see. Yeah.
Daughter of Avren.
I study. I don't intuit the same way. Alas. So it's a
Well,
12.
It's a 12. Even with, I guess, like, so with your knowledge of like just how lightning works, you get the idea that the water is not the safest place, but you also, based off the information that Freely has given you, realize that being out of the water isn't 100% safe either. So yeah, you kind of get this feeling that things might be a little bit worse in the water.
Okay, so it's better to have the merits on that.
Mm.
Are they casters?
Well, you've seen Hank fight. You know he has a couple of ranged abilities, but he
Okay.
thrives more in the melee arena.
She
Okay.
actually hasn't seen Hank fight.
I have not.
Avren, Sofieus, and Freely have. The other three have
Yeah,
not
okay.
seen it.
They've described it in great and terrible detail.
There you go.
Mostly, he's a chunky boy.
Which is true.
He has
Truth.
been described as an oceanic or blue Jason Momoa is how y'all have taken to describing him. I think it was after a particular piece of fan art.
Mhm.
Yeah, we come back to Ahavara, who was like, still going with Penelope on one shoulder and Orkira on the other. And she says, "I'm on its tail."
You're on his tail?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do we
Look.
see it?
And she like points down at the water, and you do notice that there is a distinct sort of lack of any kind of marine life here.
Okay, how far are we from land?
Well, and she like points out, and you can actually see the very thin line of where the land is at.
Okay, what do we do now?
I was
Well-
hoping you guys would have that plan.
We gotta find it and then start to lead it towards the place, the trap.
It looks like it's really fast.
It is
Yeah.
pretty fast, but
What's
I'm
it-
also pretty fast.
What's it attracted to the most?
Well, it's gonna be attracted to me. I think that's the plan. And then
It could be
you'll
attracted to me. I bet you it likes penguins.
how so I was gonna fly over. How fast are you in the water if you're a big awesome penguin?
I'm pretty fast, but not as fast as Ahavara.
Yeah, but she might be too fast. Also, she's got to block the entrance once we're all in, so we need her to bring up the rear. But yeah, we could both be up front. You want to be bait with me, Penelope?
Yeah, I can be a really good bait.
Okay, you'll be bait in the water. I'll be bait over the water, and we'll run.
Can you death ward
Okay.
Penelope or
I
something?
So Avren, you're not here right now, and you would remember.
Sorry, I
if you-
forgot.
if you but I hear you in my head for some reason. Freely has my only death ward, as we decided that Freely gets it.
It's like
So-
the
Okay.
opposite of Jesus is my co-pilot. Freely is my death ward.
Freely has my death ward. Okay.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do this.
I'm not
Okay,
ready, but
so-
we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah.
You guys do the thing, and then I'll try to ram it while it's distracted into the
Well,
tunnel.
Avahar, you just focus on staying on its tail and not getting hurt, and then as soon as it's in the place we need it to be, block it all off. That'll be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, we'll do
Here we
we'll do the Freely thing.
I
the
have
free-
faith.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Here you go.
Chest bump, and you
Me
like.
too.
Oh, okay, and I'll belly flop on top of Avahara after I chest bump. Okay. Poof. All right.
Okay.
Oh.
So
You see in front of you now as you take, because I think you're taking flight, right, Orkira?
I'm gonna take flight and find the head, and then
Mhm.
I have a plan for how to make it follow me
Okay.
if it doesn't want to follow Penelope.
So you take flight and you fly quite a distance in front of Ahavara, kind of like following this trajectory she's on, and you see nothing for quite some time. And then you see like almost a flash in the water, and as you do, you see these 3 wicked spikes kind of rise up. They're pale yellow in color, and as they do, give me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
With a 15, you kind of see the vague outline of a crocodile like shaped head kind of off in the front, and you see like I said, these jutting chitinous protrusions from its back that glisten with like a pale yellow color, but the shape is kind of bleary. It's hard for you to even discern how long this thing is or its exact shape. Like I said, you only see like the sort of rotundness of where you think its eyes might be that narrow out into something else.
Okay. 2 quick questions. Am I faster than it? Am I catching up to it? Am I passing it?
Because you're in the air, yes.
Okay. And then I can see the eyes, so I at least know where the head is.
Yeah, you can see like where there's like the shape kind of like spreads out where you think like the eyes must be. Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna wave at Penelope and Navahara and point, and then start to put myself in position, which would be still in the air,
Mhm.
about let's say 50 feet in front of it.
Okay.
And then when I think that Penelope is in position, I'm gonna make it want to follow me.
Okay. Penelope, where do you want to put yourself in position?
Well, I might not need to go anywhere if Orkira's got this handled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. No, I'll be a backup plan. I'm backup plan.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Penelope is gonna close her eyes and she's gonna wiggle her ears, and then she's gonna go, "It's time for dire penguin again!" And she's gonna hop into the water and wild shape into a dire penguin.
Okay. And what is your swim speed
And
as
then
a dire
she's-
penguin?
50 feet.
Let's make it 80.
Oh.
I feel like
Okay.
it should.
Oh.
I feel like it should be 80, and that also makes it the same speed as this creature.
Oh, that's
And-
good to know. As my fly speed is only 50. Okay.
Well, if you're
Oh,
dashing,
really?
if you're dashing, you're doubling. So yeah.
I also have some moves that are really cool that can help me.
Okay. Perfect.
So I will be above this
Mhm.
creature and try to get in front of it. My plan is to get in front of it and shake my little tail at it.
Okay. If as you like go above it, give me a dexterity check.
Just a dex check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oops. There we go. It is a 18.
With an 18, you manage to roll, like kind of side roll out of the way as some lightning, like as you kind of approach these three spires, like arcs out all of a sudden and electrifies the water around you. You're able to avoid the worst of it. However, you do take 6 lightning damage as it kind of like arcs out and singes one of your flippers. Give me a insight check.
Boo, boo, boo. Inside. It's a 15.
I think that, let's see. So you don't think it actually sees you. You think this is just like a discharge. You
Okay.
realize this is just a discharge. As you kind of like roll out of the way and you look down on it, trying to ascertain whether it's spotted you and it's actively attacking you, you get the sense that it passively occasionally discharges this into the water, like this electrical energy.
Okay. Okay, then I'm still going to try to get in front of it and get it to notice me.
Okay.
And as soon as I see Penelope in position in front of it, I'm going to attack it.
Okay. Penelope, give me a stealth check.
Come on, stealth +3. That's pretty good. Oh no. That's
What?
a 4. It was a nat 1.
But you're
Halfling
lucky,
luck.
aren't you? Yeah.
I am a halfling.
You
Am I
are
not,
a
though?
I am a halfling.
I always forget this. Yes.
Well,
And
technically, you're a
finally-
dire penguin right
Finally,
now.
after
so.
2 years,
The rules don't apply to us. Yep.
Penelope
even
remembers
know
she
if
was
it's
Do
there.
you
often.
think about being a human day to day?
I am a halfling.
That's a 21, which is so much better.
Hey,
So
much
much
better.
better.
Much better.
So with the 21, yeah, you definitely are able to get out in front of it without it seeing you. And as you swim past, this creature is much larger than you in the water. You see that there is a 4th spire actually on its tail. It has this long tail that comes out behind it, and it's covered in this thick hide. It's spiky and is almost turquoise in color and tipped with like a dark red color. It has these large webbed feet, but when it moves through the water, it like moves in this like sort of serpentine motion, displacing the water around it. There are numerous like creatures kind of like that come and feed in its wake as it leaves this trail of almost like flesh and meat like in its wake. You see its maw like opens and closes, devouring everything in front of it and just like leaving bits of chum in the water. And this smell accosts you. Like it's very overwhelming. Some of it's old. Every time it opens and shuts its mouth, goosh, you just see more of it displaced into the water. And your senses are overwhelmed with like the smell of, like I said, fresh and old blood and meat and decay. And you see, like, from where you're at, its eyes, they glow with like an amber glow with one wicked slit of a pupil that divides its eye almost perfectly down the middle. You see two large nostrils that steam in the water as it like pushes, this like air out. And you notice now that it actually has water breathing. You would be able to recognize this. You see like the fins on the side of it like open. And when they do, your little penguin self almost gets like sucked in, and then whoosh, it like pushes you right back out, and the water around it is heated. And like I said, you see like the static electricity kind of like arc in the air around, in the water around you, and it's kind of beautiful. Every time it strikes out from that spire on the middle, and every once in a while you see it spark out from this long muscular tail as well. The water illuminates a little bit, almost turning to silver, like a stormy sky around you. You manage to make your way through these arcing fingers of lightning and right in front of its nose, and you can feel the water, like the whole ocean displace every time the maw opens. And for us looking on the outside, you just see something like this big and a dot that is Penelope in front of it. And yeah, do you and Orkira have a signal?
Did we think about that beforehand?
My butt wag.
I see her. That makes sense to me. Orkira is flying overhead and pats the book on her side and prays to her god for a moment and says, "All right, here we go again. If things go bad, watch over everybody else, okay?" And I see the little butt wag. And then in my hand, 3 glowing feathers appear, burning, and I throw them at what I think are the eyes of this creature as I cast Scorching Ray.
Okay,
and
perfect.
try to get its attention. So
Perfect.
here comes the attacks. 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. 24 to hit.
That hits.
And a natural 1. So 1 hits.
So
Seeing all this pop up on the screen is like super dope. Like,
yeah, is that
really
new?
It's
incredible.
really
Yeah.
cool.
It just started today. Yeah. So
was
it's
gonna say.
7 fire damage. I know fire doesn't normally do a lot of damage, but this would be a magical spell.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm more trying to hit an
Mhm.
eye. I think that's
Yeah.
probably why the natural 1 happens is I get
Yeah.
that good hit and then I'm like, yay!
So you're like trying to aim. You see like I said, this like very thick ridge of reptilian scale. And you see your Scorching Ray hit it. And it's like nothing happens. You see the second one hit it and nothing happens. And then the third one hits it. And Penelope, you would see this since you're a little bit closer in. You see the eye blink and the creature kind of move as it lets out a whoa and kind of like, moves off to the side, and it attempts to locate the source of this sudden like, light beam in its eye.
I am a giant golden dragonborn with wings flying 50 feet in front of it. And as soon as I see it, hit
And you're
that,
making
I'm-
no attempt to conceal yourself.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, and I also rolled really high. It sees you immediately.
And I book
as
it.
does. Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw. You see it's like, Penelope, you actually feel the water move as it doesn't come completely out of the water, but you see the nostrils come up. Oh, I see you rolled a 10. You see the nostrils come up and the full, like almost like, 3 fingers, these 3 spires come up out of the water. And as they do, lightning arcs.
And I'm
Dealing
assuming a 10
Orkira-
probably does not save me.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I didn't roll that high. Dealing Orkira. How much is that? 9 lightning damage. The lightning strikes true. You're like a perfect little golden lightning rod. Chink! And as it does, you now realize like you have this creature's attention. It is now moving towards you as opposed to like kind of just moving lazily through the water.
And I'm booking it towards the grotto. I'm gone.
All right. It books after you. Penelope, you are directly in front of it and this creature is angry now. Do you want to do anything?
You're welcome.
I just want to try to stay in front of it because I have plans for when it reaches land. So I'm just gonna book it as well if I can keep up or stay in front of it.
Yeah. At your base speed, you're able to just barely kind of stay with it.
Okay.
But you are still a ways out from your location. What do you do to start to steer it in the right direction without losing your lead? And that question is for both of you.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's faster than me, so I think what I'm doing is more frantic. I think there's slightly more panic, and it's a lot of fleeing from the dragon was easier. Fleeing from everything else was easier. Oh, this is really fast. And that's about it. I think it's just outright panic because I think I'm barely keeping ahead of it. So
yeah.
How far under is it kind of staying surfaced or is it back underwater?
Part of its head, it's like half and half. Like its bottom jaw is like below the water. And so it's like kind of at an angle. So are its torso and its feet and its tail. But a lot of the spire and the upper part of its head is kind of cresting on the surface of the water now.
Okay, so I have this thing called swimming leap. And basically if I am moving, I can, in a straight line, I can immediately jump out of the water 20 feet. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing is kind of being like a dolphin and kind of like hitting outside, out of the water, wiggling my tail, going back under, kind of just trying to be very annoying to it.
Yeah, of course. Give me a charisma check to see if you manage, or like intimidation, whatever you'd like, whatever you think would be applicable, to see if you can kind of get the aggro off of Orkira and onto yourself here.
Okay, it's a 15.
Okay, let me see what I roll. Unfortunately, it stays fixated on Orkira since that's what kind of struck it in the eye. Orkira, give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you're managed to stay ahead of this creature, as like it's not necessarily your speed, but your endurance that's hurting you here. With a 19, you do manage to stay in front of it. You do see Orkira above you, Penelope, getting very tired, but she manages to like kind of push through that exhaustion. With a renewed faith and endurance.
I can do this all day, I think. I really can.
and stay in front of the lightning worm. Now you actually do see ahead of you, Orkira, like where underneath the water, if you go underneath, that is the opening to the cave, to the grotto.
When I think we are within about a minute or less, I will cast sending, and I will send to Alyndra. We're coming in hot.
I
got a minute. And then the rest of the message is just panting.
All right, hurry. All right, everyone out of the water. Let's get into tactical positions. I'm going to send Griffin Grant out to scout. So let's get them out and scouting. All right, and get into tactical positions, weapons drawn, prepared for this fight. And anyone around, I will alert that I can, and I will, is there anyone I can message to let them know?
Is there anyone you want to message to let them know? I guess.
I mean, who's going to be the nearest by?
In terms, like a lot of the people are like the people I mentioned earlier are still in the cavern with you.
Okay, then I will. Yes, I mean, I'll tell everyone nearby that it's happening. And I will. You know what? I want to message. Well, Daisy's too far away from message. I'd have to sending. Actually, why do I feel like she's in? I feel like she's here.
Oh no.
Like honestly, knowing Daisy, she's found a way to be here, right? She's
Mhm.
hiding behind a rock pile or something.
Give
Dai-
me an insight check.
It just feels like
Just from knowing her. Okay, so with the
it's a
21,
21.
you don't think she's hiding here, but you do feel like this is the type of ruckus she wouldn't be able to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sense a slight tingling of someone who was once my warlock in the area? Like, do I sense a disturbance in the magical ether?
Is Wendy
Well, you
somewhere
don't-
being really pissed?
You don't have that like kind of master puppet relationship with Daisy anymore. So unfortunately, like it's not that you don't have that ability to call her like you used to, that she's like, "Ugh, I'm busy right now."
Yeah, I was just checking if there was any kind of like vestigial limb kind of thing. Like
I think
BJ's
it would
got
be the
something.
same thing as Alyndra, where knowing her, you feel like wherever there's trouble, she is usually at the center of it.
Not far behind.
But you also know she has a new supervisor now. So freely, yes.
Before we split, can I still see Avren before everybody gets into position?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna drop Bless on me, Spice, and Avren. And after I do it, I just hit him with message and I say, "You do not die down here. If you die down here, no one will know it. No one will tell the story. You will die in anonymity. You must survive so your legend can continue." And then run to get in position.
Can I?
That's
because
always
we
the point.
didn't have a chance really to prepare before this all kicked off. Would there have been time to do preparations?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Could I
this
cast
has
a
been-
tiny? Could I cast Alyndra's accommodating abode?
Yeah,
and
of course.
have a tiny hut to protect everyone around, so it will function as a tiny hut. It's kind of an impenetrable fortress type thing, as long as I'm in it. Which when we have to move, we'll move, but
yeah,
hitting it isn't going to do anything. And
yep,
tiny fortress.
You have your tiny fortress.
Sofieus, can with Sir Bissalot, what we got with Sir Bissalot? Can you get like a boulder, like a giant boulder, like just an immense cartoonish boulder that he can like maybe push up and throw down?
What? She's wiping away the tears, and Sir Bissalot is actually helping her build and load a cannon. Currently, he is loading some kind of blue energy into a cannon, and notices that Alyndra has created a sort of fortress around us, and quickly changes the materials that he is loading into the cannon into something that looks black and dusty.
Does he have like
Everyone inside.
bandoliers?
What?
Does he have like
Everyone-
bandoliers and everything?
Yes. What's it,
Everyone
Alyndra?
inside who wants to be.
I want
Hurry,
to
we
be-
have less than a minute.
Come along, Sir Bissalot, and the cannon squeaks as it rolls into the fortress.
Daisy, or not Daisy, sorry, Millie is like kind of like, well, I was never one for fights, but I wanted to help you. And she like kind of presses something into your hand freely. You've always been a friend to me.
I look down. What is it?
It's like a very intricate dwarven made grappling hook.
Oh. Yeah. I'd see if I can like attach it to my robotic arm. Like, oh, okay. Hey. Thanks, Millie.
I think it'll help you.
Well, I tell you what, when I chop one of the spines off the back of this thing, we'll see what you can make out of that, huh?
It was my grandfather, so try to get it back to me.
Maybe you should hang out in the accommodating abode, because I think when it comes in, it's kind of gonna. Then when we knock that out, you can come out and boom.
I'll try to.
Yeah, and I just look at her for a second and I say, "You're always fishing me out of messes, aren't you, Millie?"
I am the town watch captain after all. It's my job.
We're not in town, Millie. Be careful.
My jurisdiction is wide. And she kind of like gives you like a deep curtsy.
Only easy day
I-
yesterday, and I'd leave.
I get on top of the cliff with the Galabdur, and I am just basically waiting for this thing to poke its head right through the cave
Mhm.
and jump down on it.
So you assume like a more top-down position up, you know?
Yeah, I just needed to show its snout or its head or whatever. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go straight down with my
Yeah.
sword.
Anything else?
May
Al?
I take a moment to pray to Ogma? That we might have knowledge of this creature, we might know ourselves, and we might be prepared with the wisdom that we have accumulated. And I would like to cast Bless on those who are nearby.
Yeah, perfect.
So
You cast Bless. Outside, Orkira, it is now dawning on you that the entrance to this grotto is underwater.
At some point when Penelope is doing her fun dolphin thing,
Mm-hmm.
Penelope, I'm suddenly next to you and my wings collapse. I go under with you. And I slow down, but I'm gonna keep going through the hole. And then my goal is to go under the water through the hole with Penelope, and then I'm gonna get back up and out as quickly as possible. But yeah, that's gonna make me a little slower.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check. Yes, Freely.
I would just say, especially when he knows his friends are bait, the moment he can see the thing, he's hitting it with Compel Duel. So
Okay.
he's just kind of
Yeah.
standing by the water, like in position, like, all right, yeah, no problem. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Mhm.
We're good.
May I make an appeal before I roll? As
Yes.
you've asked for an athletics check. Orkira is more spry than strong, and she would be trying to
Hit cut through the water. Let's do let's do like an acrobatics check then.
bless
to
you.
see how much of your momentum you keep when you hit the water.
Okay, it's a 17.
Okay. So you hit the water, you do slow down, but your form is amazing. You break that surface tension and cut through it like a knife. You see her draw a level with you, Penelope, and then you kind of see her kind of get left behind, and you hear behind you a
I shake my tail. I shake my tail. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm shaking my tail too, but it's to go as fast as
Shake your
possible.
tail.
It's to go as fast as possible.
yeah. Both of you give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 13.
6.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see, with a 13, you manage to just miss the side of this creature's mouth, Penelope. Or wait, no, I think Orkira, you got the 6.
I got the 13. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you feel the teeth kind of close, like just barely brushing the side of your leg. And Penelope, you feel like the very tip of its snaggletooth strike you in the back of your penguin butt. And you feel yourself get pinned there.
Boy.
And you take 16 piercing damage as this thing completely goes through like your hind dire penguin quarters, kind of leaving you in place. You feel I guess the way this happens is, Orkira, you feel the water kind of like displace you, and Penelope, you don't stop moving. In fact, you start increasing in speed as this creature keeps moving with you firmly wedged in its mouth. At this point, Ahavara isn't going to let something bad happen to Penelope. So, it's an 8. I rolled an 18. And then, let's see. So, as you get wedged in this creature's mouth, like pinned, you try to kick, and you're not able to like kind of free yourself from this like giant maw with these needle-like teeth. You feel almost like a jarring feeling as suddenly you just feel boosh, and Ahavara smacks herself shell forward, head pulled back in battle position, right into the side of this thing, driving it deeper underwater and also several feet forward at an alarming pace. You just suddenly displaced like a good 120 feet as she puts her entire force and momentum behind this thing. So much so that you hear her shell crack, Orkira, as she just drives her full force into it. Give me a
Later healing.
give me a let's see, an acrobatics check, Penelope.
Oh.
No, Penelope, because I think given the jar, this is an opportunity for you to free yourself since like this creature's stunned.
7.
Unfortunately, you are also stunned when this like basically semi truck hits you. You have the mouth like briefly opens like at a and then closes again, and you are also like and this kind of like stay wedged in its mouth as it's driven forward several feet deep underwater now. As it does, the rest of you see like a amber glow as this thing is almost like sliding in sideways at this juncture into the grotto because
It's drifting.
yeah, like because it's been struck from the side. And everyone roll for initiative.
That's not how I thought this was going to go.
Wow. Okay.
What was that?
I rolled well on my initiative. That never happens. Where would you like the numbers to go?
I got a 16.
Just a second. This is loading.
Game log.
Like a party that's not our party in here. The precept.
I have advantage. I'm going to roll twice here, I guess.
Okay, so here we go. That.
You know, if you right click on anything in a D&D Beyond character sheet, it'll bring up a little thing that'll let you roll with advantage or disadvantage
I did not know that. Thank you. It's good to know because I rolled terrible both times.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, Sofieus coming out big.
Okay.
What? Or Kira.
Shocked. Not that shocked.
Wait, I didn't see Orkira's.
I got a 19.
Wow, that's like the first time in like 3 years that was above a 10.
It's yeah. Now's the time because
Okay, what is everyone else's?
It's all in chat for you.
Yeah, it's all in chat.
It's all in chat.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Now that they're on screen, I was like, and then
Okay, so while she's doing that, the question is, since this is a lightning worm, is it cooking its own meat with the lightning?
Like itself?
Yeah. Like it dies and then,
Probably.
you know, like when
give me a nature check.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's probably cooking what it wants to eat.
That's a 12.
With the 12, you think, yeah, it probably is cooking itself. Makes sense.
Yeah. What a weird creature.
So I've got, let me just make sure I have these right. A 16, a 10, an 18, a 15, a 14, and that's everybody.
Yeah, so it goes Orkira 19, Sofieus 18, Avren 16, Penelope 15, Freely 14, Alyndra 10.
And
double digits, everyone. Nice job.
You can all, on your turn, just to clarify, a little metagamey, you can control the units you are in charge of on your turn. So, Alyndra, if you want to use your turn to inspire, aid, help, or strategize with the Marids, you can do that. Same thing with the rock golem. Same thing. So there's a lot of different tools in your arsenal here. All right. Let's get into it. Orkira, you see the lightning worm start to slide sideways into the grotto. You see, now I guess she's level with you. You see Ahavara's shell kind of move past you like a mountain with these like subterranean volcanoes kind of making the water bubbly and sulfurous around you. She's coming down at this type of an angle because she was trying to get it to go down, and it works. What do? You get to move first.
So, but this creature is in the grotto. Everybody can see it.
It is just entering the grotto.
Okay.
It's about 200 feet from the beachhead or from land.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is panic. Second thing I'm going to do is see that Penelope is in trouble, and I grab my book and I'm going to go, nope. And I'm going to use my channel divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. And so I need it to make a Constitution saving throw DC 14, or else it's going to take a bunch of radiant damage. And what I'm hoping is less the damage and more it's a blinding flash of light, and it'll distract it, and it will maybe let go of Penelope.
Okay, perfect. So you said Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. It'll still take half damage even if it succeeds.
Perfect. Why are all my proficiencies on this thing negative? I think I may have reversed a sign somewhere. That's okay. I think it's just, I don't think, because all of my modifiers are negative.
I would argue with that, except I won't.
No, that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
I think
We are very intimidating.
Yes.
All right. I rolled a 15.
Okay, so it's 14 or higher.
Okay,
So is 18 20, so it would normally take 24. It's going to take half, so it's going to take 12 radiant damage.
Perfect.
And hopefully that's enough to and then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon, and tiny little flaming phoenix under the water suddenly appears right next to it. And right next to Penelope, because if it hasn't let go of Penelope yet, both me and my god are very upset. So and then I get to attack with the spiritual weapon. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits. Perfect. Sofieus,
Awesome.
you're on deck.
And that's going to be 10 force damage.
Awesome.
As its tiny little claws are going to claw like right by wherever its jaw is, where it's holding onto Penelope. And then for my movement, I will move in the direction of the surface to bring it more towards all of my friends, and that's me.
Perfect.
Let go, Penelope! Let go, Penelope! Ah! And then running.
It is going to take its one of its legendary actions after your turn. And as it's like sort of sideways slides into this like grotto, it's beginning its slide into this grotto, it's going to create a giant deluge. It's 30 feet long, 20 feet wide, 10 feet tall. So everything in a straight line in front of it has to make a dexterity saving throw as this water just comes pushing through. So everybody that's not in Alyndra's safekeeping, which I believe is Freely, Spice, and kind of the crew that was getting ready to mount this creature. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. I'll roll for Spice.
Giggity.
Oh, did you need me as well, or is it people on the surface yet?
Although,
People on the surface.
remember,
You're in front
Spice
of
is
her,
blessed.
She's behind her. Okay, perfect.
And I have to. Where do I get my?
No, Spice is not blessed. Just players. I
blessed Spice.
She
okay,
blessed.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he blessed you.
So that was a 20 plus whatever my blessed comes out to here. A dirty 20. Total of. Come on. 22 for Freely.
Okay. So with a 22, you're not knocked prone. And you only take 9 damage. 9 bludgeoning damage is this like giant column of water created by like sort of the flailing of this beast falls upon you. It strikes out at Spice as well, and she is also able to maintain her footing. You see a couple of nameless red shirts in the back go flying as the water just completely crushes them. One of these giant crates like bursts open, spreading gunpowder like into the water and like in just like sending it in every which way, splintering wood. And then it is Sophia's turn.
So this fortress that Alyndra has created, can you deal damage from within it?
That's Alyndra's deal. So you're muted.
You muted.
You can aim out the door, I believe. Let me just double check that. But
Yeah, I thought you had to be in or out, but
it's the instant fortress.
spells
right?
in the mouse can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
Yep.
So yeah, you got to step out then.
Okay. Sophia's still sniffling and drying her eyes, it kind of gets angered by her emotions and says, Biswalat, pull! And he fires my force ballista cannon.
Okay, go ahead.
2d8 damage.
I think you have to roll to hit first.
Okay. How do I get out
And
of
then
this?
what is the range on the cannon?
I think it's 1 sec. Sorry.
Because you might be at disadvantage.
It is 120 feet.
Okay, so you could still, I believe you could still attack, but it'll be at disadvantage
Okay.
because you're shooting from very, very far away.
So roll to hit is 19.
Okay, that hits.
Then my damage is 9.
Perfect. Avren, you're on deck.
No, she still has her action.
And
I know, I'm letting you know you're next.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Yeah,
the on
because we're
deck.
running over, so I'm trying to help you
No,
out.
no, my ears are like, my buds are like in and out.
yeah, thank you for the heads up, Jasmine.
Yep.
So because it is a force ballistic cannon that does knock back the enemy 5 feet, which I know does not mean much given its size.
Yeah, gargantuan.
So
It's like a boop.
boop. I like Sir Biswalat just like taps it on his nose.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray, even though it's fire. Wow. To hit 25
Yeah, that hits
for the first
for
one.
the first one. Yeah, there's 2 more.
Yeah. 7.
Perfect.
15 for the second.
That does not hit.
23 for the third.
That hits.
And then I get, let's see, 7 for damage, and I get a plus 1d8 using my arcane firearm. So it would be 7 plus 7.
Okay.
14.
Perfect. So these 2 beams go out, singeing the beast's hide. And then it is. Does it want to use another legendary action? Not yet. Then it is Avren's turn.
All right, boys. Sofieus, you complete me, and I just put my helmet on and I jump with my long sword straight down on the creature, and I'm indicating to the
200 feet from you guys. There's
like
there's
200
no way
feet
you're-
from me, or is
yeah,
it straight
there's
down?
no way you're jumping that.
Oh, I thought it was like directly under me.
No. You can see it's like sort of high, its side quarters, like sliding into the grotto, where it's like being pushed in by this creature, by a Havara. I shouldn't call her a creature. She's very nice. But yeah, you're not. You're still like you're up. Once it's completely inside, yeah, you could potentially jump down onto it because it's so large, but it's not in that range yet.
I am going to. I'm assuming the falling speed. I'm just going to tell the Gallop door once it's further in, bring the ceiling down.
Okay, yeah, we can hold action for sure. That's something if you want to like.
And I would like to hold my
your-
action the moment it's
Okay.
further in for this turn. I would like to just jump down, and my plan is to just sword straight down, riding like the bracer, the hilt of the sword on my own feet kind of move, and then Eldritch Smite.
Okay.
So I'm just
perfect.
waiting for my moment.
All right. Then it is the creature's turn. It is going to. I think it's going to nom on Penelope.
Okay,
Bring
it's
it.
gonna do
Bring
it
it.
at disadvantage because I'm
Yes.
gonna warding flare it.
Yeah.
Warding
I'm
floor.
gonna warding floor. Dwarf.
Warding
helmet
floor.
helps. The helmet helps, but it's hard to talk.
So my first roll was an 18, but you warding flared it. My second one is a 13. Does a 13 hit Penelope?
Ooh, nope.
Okay. So as it like is about to kind of like crunch down, Penelope feels its jaw start to move up, and you see a flash go off, and it like gets distracted, goes ooh, and kind of like its mouth almost hangs open a little bit. And then it is Penelope's turn.
I jump inside the mouth.
Okay, perfect. As you jump inside the mouth, you hear a message pop up in your head. And it's from a voice you recognize. And the voice says, hey, sorry, I feel like you're probably busy right now, but I had this like really fantastic idea, and I don't think anybody else could help me except you.
Okay, yeah, a little busy, but yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so I had this idea that I went and talked to Callie's people because I'm really good friends with Callie, and her dad said that they have something over there at the deeps that they can sound, a crystalline horde, and if you sound it, apparently it's pretty great at scaring the bejesus out of big aquatic creatures, and apparently they've used it in the past for stuff like this, and so I talked to my lady, and she said you're definitely gonna lose if I don't help you, and that would probably be a bad thing. So here's the deal. I'm probably gonna need your help getting to it because it's tricky.
Oh, okay. Just keep
All
talking.
right, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye. And then she
Okay.
hangs up. You are in the creature's mouth. What do you do?
One problem at a time.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
This literally sounds like my first best friend in my whole life. Okay, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye.
Okay, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye.
Okay, sorry. Yes. Okay.
Meanwhile, Orkira's outside like warding flares and spiritual weapons, and then Penelope's like, bye, into the mouth.
Penelope's like, hello?
Yeah, basically. Sorry,
Hey,
guys, it's
how
my
you
best.
doing?
Sorry, guys, it's my best friend. She probably wants to play hide and seek in the forest again, or
New
make
message
cookies.
who this?
It's one of Penelope's 279 best friends.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
They're all on
Daisy's 100%
speed
the
dial.
person that calls you guys and then asks to talk to Penelope.
And we
Who's your top
always
eight?
understand.
I know
Is
you're
Penelope
like,
there?
Is Penelope there?
Yeah.
Can I talk to Penelope?
Yeah.
I don't think she knows sending yet. Could you talk to her for me?
Okay, Penelope, don't die. What are you doing?
Okay. They're weakest on the insides, right? And I'm casting wall of fire around myself inside the mouth.
Perfect.
It can't run from this fire.
So do you
So
turn back
good.
into your
Yes. So as the mouth
almost called you a
opens,
hobbit.
as the mouth opens,
That's,
she,
we don't like that term.
Penelope is so hobbit-like, though. Like,
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. She's casting wall of fire, so that's
yes.
pretty
Okay.
epic.
Perfect. So a
Yeah.
wall of fire erupts. I think it's like in a line around you. Normally, creatures caught in this have to make a dex save. That's not going to happen here because it's definitely, I think it's safe to assume, going to hit.
It's way worse than hot coffee.
Yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead and roll your damage and roll it twice because I think it's safe to assume it's hitting the inside of its mouth and probably the top of its mouth because of the scale of this thing. It's
That's a
like eating
spicy
hot
meatball.
pizza. 15
15
fire damage. Perfect.
plus. Oh, you said twice?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 25.
Ooh. All right. Perfect. Its mouth opens like it just ate spicy food. And when it opens, Orkira, you just see fire erupt from it.
And you see
from
Penelope in the middle going,
And there's a
as
moment of
its
panic because
tongue
I think
blisters and pops, you know?
there's a moment where I think the creature's breathing fire, and then I see Penelope, and I'm like, yes! Woo!
Yeah, the top of its mouth the skin starts to peel back inside, like all of that, chum and nastiness that's what's sucked between its teeth, like almost immediately like crackles and evaporates, creating like this fishy like cookout smell. And its mouth like opens like almost immediately engulfing you with water. Penelope, because you're still underwater. So you immediately like feel this water like kind of we'll have you roll to see if you keep your because I believe this is a concentration, if you keep the concentration up next turn. But yeah, as its maw opens, like the water pushes you back a few feet, and you see like the fire kind of like create these big billowing clouds of steam and bubbles all around you. Freely, it is your turn. You're
You're
muted.
silenced.
Did it move, or is it still 200 feet out?
It's not going to move until. Wait, no, because its turn just
It was its
passed.
turn, yeah.
Yes.
That was its
Oh
turn.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Let
yeah.
me know when my holding action
So it
takes place.
moved. Yeah, let's actually roll that back. So it would have continued its trajectory with Ahavara pushing it. So it's more tied to her turn than I think it is to his turn.
So he's
I'm
still
trying
at
to think
200.
here. Well, no, because he was sliding. I'm going to say he continued to move on his turn, as weird as that sounds. I don't know. I'm sure someone on the internet will be mad about it. So
that sounds good to me.
I mean, you sort of created this creature. It swims how you say it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, rule
So
zero. Like what you say goes.
So it was 120 feet out. It slides, 200 feet out. It slides another 80 feet. So now it's about 120 feet from the water's edge. You can see a good chunk of it now. You can see like its back where the 3 spires stick out. You can see half of its head. Half of it is still kind of like I said, sliding into this very narrow grotto. And you can see a good chunk of Ahavara's like shell behind it now. And you do see like a sickening crack on her right shoulder plate.
You guys, I imagine you see Freely standing on the shore and like his eyes light up and he's just like, little more, little more, little more. Gotcha. Hexblade's curse and Eldritch Blast.
Okay, perfect.
Right? So
Yeah.
just start blasting the thing.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Alrighty. So I'll roll my D4 separately, but
Okay.
blast number 1. Pew pew.
White screen. You're blessed. I'm guessing you're blessed.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's I won't even.
Yeah,
I mean, is
that
25
hits.
enough?
Yeah,
I won't add
yes,
the blessing.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. Right. Because if 25 doesn't hit, I'm going in Alyndra's little thing there and just kind of like sitting this one out. All right. That I'm gonna add the bless to.
Okay, perfect.
So that 18 is gonna get up to 22. So 25 and 22.
Okay, for damage?
That is.
They both hit.
I get +3 to each of these because of my Hexblade's curse. I don't know that D&D Beyond's going to account for that.
Not yet.
I will mentally add 3.
Right. Oh, that's a big old 2.
So it's a 5.
That's a warning shot. That's what that is. Yeah. And go and get you, big old thing. And then yeah. So 5 and 15.
So the first Eldritch Blast goes soaring through the air. You see it strike its shoulder plate, barely knocking even a scale loose, but that's all you need because the second one strikes true in that spot that the first one knocked loose. And you see your Eldritch Blast blast away a part of this creature's flesh as it continues on this weird trajectory towards you, moving on its side. As it does, it's going to use this legendary action now that it's you can see the top half of its face to shift one amber eye towards you, and it affixes you with its ancient glare. Make a will save.
Okay. Halflings are immune to fear.
It's not a fear.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure. That's the only thing he's got going for him.
Blessings.
Oh yeah, and I have a bless. I still am
Blessings
blessed.
be upon you.
I'm gonna add my
Know
bless.
yourself.
Yeah. I just
Thanks,
I feel like he
Oma.
turns and looks at Alyndra like, no, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. So what is that? A total of 15.
Okay. So fortunately you're just shy. As you see this ancient prehistoric creature's eye fix upon you, it feels like the cold of the void surrounds you. You almost feel like you become enveloped in this giant perfectly horizontal slit that is its pupil, and you take let's see here.
For the record, not immune to fear. I have advantage against it. Sorry, just for the internet.
Okay.
For the sake of the internet. Yes. Sorry.
Wait, does the internet get mad about things?
Nah.
Sorry,
You
how much
take
damage?
6 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, you are shaken. And as you kind of stand there, like in this state, you cannot move closer to this creature until you succeed on an intelligence saving throw.
Freely might be here for a minute then.
You just feel like hypnotized and enraptured is probably the better word. Shaken is probably less of a word. And like I said, you almost see yourself reflected in this perfect black void-like pupil.
You guys, like, it's not so terrible, really, when you just kind of look at it. Like, I mean, maybe we've been looking at this all wrong. Oh, wait a second, this was a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
Ahavara's shield gives me +3 to wisdom, and I don't think that's not added into D&D Beyond.
Okay, yes.
Oh.
So as you're like, I'm still gonna make you take the psychic damage.
Okay. Yeah. No, it did. Like, that's not me being meta. Like, it
No,
definitely doesn't show
you're
up.
fine.
Okay,
You're fine.
right,
You remembered
right.
it. So as you like stand there transfixed for a moment, you almost hear like a warm presence like emanate from your shield, and you hear a very normal voice say, "Snap out of it. You got to pay attention."
Oh, yeah, right. No, I got it.
What do you mean he's not a bad guy? He's
No,
terrible.
it's-
He's eating Penelope.
Alyndra told me to
Hear
use
this voice.
diplomacy today, okay? All right. That's it for me
Speaking
then.
of Alyndra, it is Alyndra's turn.
All right, I think the best thing for me to do right now, if it's 120 feet away, is going to be to keep everyone protected in the hut and use my action to strategize with the Merrids.
Okay, perfect. So, what do you want to hold your action, or do you when it comes?
Yes, let's hold the action on what they would do to respond, because I have a feeling it's going to come in and smash things, and I want to keep the people in the hut protected, and that won't happen once I step outside.
Okay.
But this is the bottom of the round, though. There's nothing else to hold.
Yeah.
There.
Like, yeah, it's like you
Well,
and me right
no,
now.
you can ready it for a trigger.
Yeah, so I know that Avren's trigger is when it comes in range. So if you have something like that you want to wait for, we can.
Because I think it'll happen before my next turn at the pace it's going. And it's the Merrids too, so I don't know. But
Okay.
yes, so what I'd like to do is see, knowing what I know and anything the Griffin Branch have gotten from surveillance, be prepared
If you
for
want
that.
to take this turn to strategize, we could use that to give the Merid unit advantage on their next attack.
Beautiful, that works for me.
All right, so go ahead and give me a what do I think? Well, what do I think Alyndra would bring to? What knowledge do you think Alyndra would bring to bear here?
It would either be history or arcana would be what I would bring my knowledge of.
Okay.
Here.
Perfect. Let's go with history, since you'll be consulting with Hank on like how they fought this creature in the past.
Yes, I've read some military history, and I've heard the tales of the battles of other places, and I've been in several battles. So it's 24.
24. So the next time on your next turn with a 24, when the Merrids attack, they will be doing so at an advantage.
Excellent.
Perfect. And then it is the top of the round. Orkira, what do you do?
Yay, fire! Boom, Penelope. Okay. First, my spiritual weapon is gonna go. That's gonna be a 15.
That is not enough to break its prehistoric armor.
Okay. I'm gonna use my other channel divinity. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Book is gonna funk. I need it to make a Constitution saving throw or take a bunch of damage.
How much does it need to save?
DC 14.
It makes that.
Okay, so it's going to take so 17, so I had 8 radiant damage. Also, I didn't mention this the last time. I don't know if it matters, but any magical darkness in the area just goes away. So I don't know if it's causing anything, but that goes away. And how is it still moving towards me, or is at this point it's just being pushed?
It is being pushed. So right after you is Ahavara's turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna then use whatever movement I have to flounder my way towards the surface. I'll be like going backwards because I'm trying to keep an eye on Penelope to make sure that friend does not get swallowed. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to move towards the surface, trying to help lead it to the rest of the gang. And that's me.
Perfect.
I apologize. I lost audio for a second. You hit with your spiritual weapon, right?
I did not. I missed with my spiritual weapon. It tried.
But I mean, you attempted with the spiritual weapon, rather. Maybe. Okay,
I tried so hard, but tiny little phoenix claws sometimes. Yeah.
All right. With Ahavara's turn, Sofieus, you're on deck. She rolled a nat 20, which is kind of good, but also kind of bad.
Hey, thank you everybody for sticking around.
She's gonna do
And that means
crap ton of damage.
what?
Yeah, that means somebody in chat wins a legendary bundle.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around for our final game and this epic ending and going a little bit longer. Go win a legendary bundle.
Yes, there you go.
And it also means, Avren, that you hitched yourself to the right deity.
Yeah.
Proof. See, Avren, that's what a god does. Shows up and helps.
I show up in hell. That's enough.
Okay, so
you forget the P on there. You show up and hell breaks loose.
You see
Inaccurate.
her use that classic jellyfish munching ability that sea turtles have, as she almost like you see like her maw open and almost like a can opener. She just ka-chunk puts her very strong upper and lower jaws into Kretzala's side, pushing her whole force behind her. You hear another sickening crack, but you also see the water fill with like blood and pus and God knows what as she manages to pierce this creature's like hide and push it onto the surface. So Avren, your held action will go ahead and go off now. After that, we'll have Sofieus. We'll jiggle around the initiative a little bit there. And as she does, I guess, Orkira, you'd be the only one who sees it since you're kind of sitting on the surface and you're near her. You see the crack on her shoulder extend a little bit deeper, and it's now about almost to the back of her front leg now. And you see like a very soft kind of green, light green flesh show underneath. But you also see this creature just like get pushed up partially onto the beachhead. Avren, you can now jump down on the creature or have the Gale of Door attack down on the creature. I think you said you were going to jump and do that.
Yeah, I take my dread form. I turn into this almost banshee-like death knight as I put my helmet on, and my eyes glow like fiery orange and chimney red. And I jump off with my sword on fire, and I motion to the Gale of Door. Now's your time. Let's crush a god.
Okay, perfect.
And I just sink straight down.
Okay.
Attack rolls, I assume?
Yeah, I was going to say probably an attack roll to see if you manage to hit. You'll definitely land on the creature regardless.
I figured that was going to happen. Yeah.
It's Avren blessed?
Avren is weirdly enough blessed.
I blessed him, yep.
Yeah. It happens from time to time. So sorry, I gotta fix something in D&D Beyond. I apologize.
Also, thank you, Will, for sticking around as we go a little bit late. We
We
really
love you,
appreciate you.
Will.
Will's our producer.
Thank you,
Will is
Will.
amazing.
Thank you,
Everybody in
Ev.
chat, tell Will thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, if
Thank
you
you.
enjoy our show, it's thanks to Will, because we wouldn't be here without
Yeah.
him.
Honestly,
true.
we would just be still chatting before the game.
Yeah.
Also true.
All right.
He tells us we have to work.
Yeah.
So I get 2 attacks. First one is a 14, but that's bless, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a 1d4.
Yep.
Roll. And that's a 1.
No. Yeah.
What's a 15?
As you strike down, your greatsword isn't able to penetrate
Alright.
this creature's shell, even despite like your landing. And you try to hit a second time. You go ahead. and roll
Yeah,
bless a
so
second
that's
time,
a
too.
15 with 1d4.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna send a little prayer to Sofieus. I don't know what I'm not doing right now.
It looks really cool though. Keep going.
But can you help?
Oh,
Of course.
So with that, yes, you managed to on a second try, like push the blade, the great sword, into the creature near its hindquarters. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, well, first I'm going to roll the damage for my great sword, and that is going to be super cool, guys. It's gonna be great. And here it goes. So 7, and now I'm going to Eldritch Smite.
Okay.
So I'm going to go on Eldritch Smite, and that's going to be, I believe, 48. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any comers? Yeah, so that's it. Sorry, my eyesight is terrible. I don't have my glasses. I lost them. Mm-hmm. 17 points of force damage, and it has to make a strength saving throw, I believe, or it's knocked prone. Oh, it's just knocked prone. Wait, it's huge though. No, wait. If it's huge or smaller, it's knocked prone.
Okay, no, it's gargantuan.
Yeah. I wanted to feel big, but I was like, I don't know.
But regardless, you see, like, you know, the great sword puncture into like the rear quarters of this creature, and you see like a almost like a ripple kind of go through its reptilian hide as the great sword punctures, delivering that force damage. And the gale door, you see like a rain of rocks start to come down. Let's see if they can bring down the mouth of the cave the way you instructed them to. They cannot.
Oh, my Gala boys. No.
They attempt to. They do rain down some rocks around the creature. You see them fall into the water, stalactites, you know, fall from the ceiling. Unfortunately, they aren't that intelligent. They're not good at strategery.
Bro.
And so they have a hard time, like, but they're doing their best.
Bro.
They're doing their best.
Bro. Come on, bro.
Now they're warmed up. Now they're warmed up. It'll be better next time.
Yeah. And as its legendary action, okay, so Kretzala is going to activate its like sort of back fins, and it will cast static electricity. So everyone within 20 feet of the creature, let's see, is going to take 4d6 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. You need to beat a 15. On a failed save, you have muddled thoughts for 1 minute, and during that time, every time you roll, you have to subtract a d6 from your attack rolls and ability checks, as well as constitution saving throws.
Is that anyone besides Avren, Penelope, and Orkira? Like, are any of the rest of us that close?
I think it's just the three of them and Havara.
What's the save?
DC 15, intelligence.
Okay.
Did I say intelligence? Yes, intelligence saving throw. As the static electricity goes off, and the entire air.
Well, bless.
Bless counts.
Okay, so I am not blessed, and I have a -1 to my intelligence saving throw. However, I did roll a natural 20.
Roll a nat 20. You did roll a nat 20. I've seen it. I've seen it with my eyes.
Seen it.
Which gives me a 19.
Orkira has a flash of brilliance. And as the air crackles, you've seen this before. You've been struck by it before, and you're not going to let it phase you. Everyone else who didn't make their roll.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I did it.
That's a 10.
11. So everyone who didn't make their roll, you take 11 psychic damage, and you have to subtract a d6 from attack rolls and ability checks. At the end of your turn, you can make another intelligence saving throw to end the effect. Yeah, this is spell static electricity. Orkira, you take half of that.
Oh, okay. So I'll take 5.
Yeah. And you don't have to subtract the the d6 from your attacks, and that's its legendary action.
Okay, sorry. I'm rolling
okay.
for my temporary hit points. I forgot about for my dread form, so
Okay.
I'm just doing that.
Then it's going to take its attack. It's going to swing, since it's like now on the partially on the land. It's going to swing its tail back. I guess the only people in range of this who are not inside Alyndra's tiny hut are going to be the red shirts, Freely, and Sofieus.
And if it's attacking, I will warding flare it again.
Perfect. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you feel like your teeth kind of rattle. It's like almost like chewing on aluminum foil.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh
Not
yeah,
even-
that wall of fire damage goes off.
All of fire damage, 18 points.
Did anybody else lose hope? Oh, there was.
Although-
I lost Hope's camera for a second.
There we go.
Wait, does
Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
I should have made a Constitution saving throw, though, shouldn't I have? Oh God, am I gone?
No, I can
No, you're
still
there.
see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, so do you roll
My
all
internet
fire
is
damage
unstable.
on the creature's turn? Or on your
It
turn?
says if any creature that's going to end its turn within the fire.
All right, so this damage will go off at the end of its turn.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. All right. Does a 17 hit Sofieus or Freely?
It does not.
Okay.
Well, as a reaction, I shielded myself, so no.
Okay, perfect. So you see the tail kind of coming and manage to magically kind of brace for impact as it sweeps across, knocking a bunch of other townspeople and people manning the ballista away. And then it is Sophia's turn. And then Penelope, go ahead and give me that damage that you just rolled.
Oh, you made me roll it again?
No, you don't have to roll it again. I just missed it.
It's 18.
It's 18. Perfect.
18. Yeah.
As the fire burns its mouth.
And then I'm on deck again, but I'm just going to do the same smite, right?
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, well, Sir Biswalat, will you do me the honor? And roll to hit. I'm going to do my cannon. Hey, natural 20s! I think that's my first time!
Hey.
Yeah!
Yeah, so that definitely hits.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm really excited about that.
You should be. You should totally be excited.
Better late than never.
This is the perfect time to do it too.
I'm so distracted by what I was doing. Okay, 2d8 for damage.
But you double it should do it automatically in D&D Beyond, but you double all your dice.
Perfect. So you strike with 15 force damage.
Since I reacted with my shield, can I the cannon is a bonus action. Do I have another action since I reacted with my
Yes,
shield?
because it's the top of your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Scorching Ray again.
Okay.
I'll roll to hit for the first ray. 14? I don't think that hits.
No, it
You
does not hit.
are Sophia's blessed?
I think so. I think everyone's blessed.
Then yeah, add your D4 to it.
Penelope and I don't think we're
Unless you have
blessed.
static discharge, in which case I think you do. So you have to wait. No, she was on
Sophia's
start.
didn't.
No,
Yeah.
who all had static discharge? Just
Avren and Penelope.
Penelope?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
Yeah, it's like
probably have a doctor
um,
look at that.
somebody put a gong on your head and rung it.
Okay, in that case, since I do not have that, with that extra D4, thank you, Alyndra. That would be an 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And the damage is 8.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll for the other two rays.
Second ray does not hit.
I love the game log.
24 for the third ray.
That one hits, yeah.
And then that would be 4 plus my 1d8 since I'm using my arcane firearm.
Okay.
So that would be a 10.
Perfect. So the two of the three scorching rays manage to penetrate this beast's hide as it lets out like another or like ear-shattering shriek. It's going to use its legendary action to let out like a ear-shattering, just like piercing sound. that almost feels like it's going to like knock the fillings red out of your teeth. You feel the entire cave reverberate as it does this. Everyone that is within 60 feet, make a Constitution saving throw.
Within the cave?
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Everything
a
within
9
60
for
feet.
me.
I think you're actually okay since you're still inside your fortress.
Okay.
And I'm just outside the fortress, so
Unfortunately, I think you'd still be.
You'd have to
within
move back in.
range.
So you'd have to step out, attack, and move back in.
yeah, I would have to
get
make
by it.
another. I'd have to need another action for that. So
And I got 11.
No, I mean, you'd probably have enough movement left to do that. But
Yeah, you
can
could
split
pop
your
in and
move.
pop out.
oh,
But
DM.
So, you didn't clarify that with your move, and your turn already happened. So
That's
I don't
fine.
feel like you can go back and say you did step back in. So everyone
time.
that didn't roll above a 12 takes 15. Everyone that rolled over a 12 takes 7. As like this ear shattering screech goes out.
Freely is starting to look very beat up.
Mhm. Good thing you're the one that has like the death ward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and then it is Avren's turn since you held action from last round.
Okay, I'm just going to try to drive the great sword in further, not at all annoyed by my Galabdor compatriots.
They're
who are hitting.
trying.
I know they're trying, but they're like missing everything. They're hitting trout.
It's just because my rolls today are bad.
Yeah. It's just they're just raining around me like the rains of Africa, and it's very sad. So I'm gonna make another attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And that was almost a 1. That made me
All right.
panic.
So you hit?
That's a hit. I'm gonna make another roll, and that one's like a 15. So I'm assuming that didn't hit.
That does not
Is
hit,
that with your
no.
bless? It's still a 15.
No, you're correct, sir. Let me roll that.
Now make me bring out the sign.
Okay, first I'm going to smite on the first one, though.
Okay.
So let me, can't I delete? Yes. Okay. So I am going to roll that. And then this is going to be a +4 because I did it weird. So 32 plus 4. So 36 points of
Okay.
damage.
Nice.
I am Eldritch Smite. I am pouring the rest of the magical energy in my body right into its skull, wherever I've implanted myself. I'm okay with it being its rumpus.
Okay, perfect.
And
so
then,
as you like drive in your great sword and start to like, use your Eldritch Smite, you almost start to separate like part of its hind leg, like from the rest of the beast as your great sword kind of dives in. You hear like you just see blood like oozing down the side of this creature that is now half out of the water, half in. All right.
Okay.
And then
then now I'm going to do my second attack, which hit.
Okay.
I scream into whatever hole is bleeding. I'm like, Penelope, I'm coming. Still in there?
Why does everyone want to go inside this creature?
I want to go inside every creature.
All right.
What?
Perfect.
I do 12 points of damage.
All right. Awesome. You deal another 12 points of damage.
And I like tired.
Yeah.
I mean, even for an undead banshee death knight, I'm looking pretty worst for wear.
This creature is like now visibly distressed. It's like flailing half out of the water, half in the water. The party also looks a little exhausted. It's half, like I said, beached, half in the water. Ahavara is tired. You can actually see like a little bit of moisture on the top of her brow now that she's like half out of the water. And it is at this point, as it's like kind of flailing half on the beach, that we come around to Penelope's turn. And on your turn, Penelope, you see like a door open inside the creature's mouth, and you see there's a little like snotty goblin pop out and be like, I said CM5. I feel like it's been like 10 minutes. Oh, wildfire. Cool. I don't know that one.
Hi, what are you doing here? What do we do? What's
I
going on?
told you, meet me in 5 minutes.
Okay. What's the plan?
All right, just come with me. Just go step through the door.
Okay. Stepping through the door.
Do I see her leave through the door?
No.
Crap on a stick. Okay.
She like steps, like opens, like, you know, steps you through the door, and you are in a quiet, like cold, crystalline cave. And she says to you, okay, so I went and talked to Callie's dad and the burp Neblin, and they said that back in the day they used to use this to like ward away great beasts, and they have a crystalline horn in here, and if we sound the horn, it could buy your friends some time. It could turn the tides of battle. But I can't find it.
Okay, how do we do
and
it?
as she like gestures to you, you are surrounded by a blinding crystalline cavern that almost looks like it's made out of ice. It like shifts between amethyst color to almost pure quartz. There's large crystals jutting out of the ground, as well as like these like almost like conch like shell patterns in the ceiling. Almost said sconce, and I was like, that's a light. That's a light fixture.
You could have
you see
conch
these
sconches
and like
sconces.
helix like patterns
That's
in the ceiling, and these like very large like crystals jutting out of the ground.
Okay. So you don't know where it is? How do we find it?
I don't know, everything looks the same. And you see her kind of like put her mouth on random things and go, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it either.
Are these crystals crystal or?
Yeah,
are
it's like it's like quartz. Give me a nature check.
Oh, it's only a 12.
Even with a 12, because you're like kind of familiar, some of it doesn't look natural to you.
Okay. Okay, what can I do? I
Go up to the first thing that doesn't look natural to me.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
No, it's an 8. This sucks.
You're so confused. Nothing looks right here. And you put your mouth on something that you're like, maybe you just copy Daisy, the 8-year-old goblin.
Time? Does she have enough time to
Daisy!
check more?
I know what to do.
Yes, okay.
I have foreseen this moment when
You know what to
Penelope
do.
would be ported out of the mouth of a creature into this place.
Gotta
so
love diviner cleric wizards.
This is my last portent I get to use ever, and it's not a great one, and this is a perfect place to put it. So you have a 12 on the dice. Go ahead and add your modifiers. And please find what we need.
Was it a perception?
Yes.
Was it perception?
Yeah, so your
It was
wisdom.
nature, right?
14.
No, what's your... Oh, with your modifier, it's 14?
Yes.
And
Okay.
bless.
She wasn't blessed.
Oh no.
Plan, I know what to
Too far
do.
away. You only needed to beat
Okay.
a 12, so I think there's a little bit of lag.
Oh, okay.
I had foreseen this. This was all that we needed.
Yeah,
Sure.
she rolled an 8, so a 14 is enough. You like spot a part of the crystal that looks almost hollow on the inside to you. You have to like look at it in the right light, and then you see it. And as you do, you notice that it goes deeper into the ground, like than what you expected. Like it doesn't feel like it's naturally coming out of it, but rather that it leads to something else. And as you put your mouth around it and below, you feel the ground underneath you start to rumble. And it feels like every piece of crystal in this room you're in starts to reverberate at the same time. And those of you that are in the cavern feel it. You see pebbles start to drop from the ceiling and sand start to sift. And it almost sounds like the entire roof of the cavern cracks. And to you, it sounds like a gentle hum. But to this creature that is incredibly sensitive to sound, you see it completely flail. It shuts its eyes and starts to thrash on the beachhead like in abject pain. And like give me a constitution check, Hope, just to see how much breath you put into this.
Oh no, not enough. It's a 5. What am I doing?
Hope is out of breath. So but that still deals. Okay. You see like this creature's teeth start to crack as like the sound kind of like penetrates into its very delicate little hearing organs and starts to reverberate around its skull. And it is stunned for this turn. Freely. This thing is flailing in front of you.
Okay, so time to do some heroing. So this grappling hook thing, how's this Kretchmer thing work? Because I'm supposed to get to its back, right?
Yeah. You actually wouldn't need to get to its back with where it's on the like beach now.
Is it even remotely still touching the water anymore?
Yes.
Okay. This is what I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sling the shield onto my back and pop out my other sword because I need to take this thing to church. Yeah. And well, first let's see if I can manage to hit it. So let's give it a good old swingaroony, and then I will tell you what I'm gonna do. Not green flame blade for now, just swinging it.
Mm-hmm. But it's stunned, so you get advantage, right?
Yes. I should. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I had to reload D&D Beyond for a second there. So let's see. Hey, I can right click on it and choose roll with advantage. Hey, who'd have thought?
Now at the end of all things.
Yes.
I'm glad to wait. Is one of those a 20? Is that what that looks like? That's a 20, right? That's a natural 20 on my advantage. Hey, all right. There you go.
Now's the time. Destroy it.
I'm gonna drop a level 3 smite on it with that natural 20.
I'm waiting for LeVar Burton to just like pop in, and that's why.
But also,
and now you know the
hang
rest
on.
of the story.
Another important thing is going to happen. I'm hitting it with mobile flourish, so I need your adjudication if my mobile flourish is doubled or not. That's going to be up to you.
I'm gonna say yes. Yeah.
So I can move it 17 feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push this thing up the beach, and there's no restriction on size.
Yeah.
So, like send it sliding, trying to get it out of the water. So that's that. And then is it possible to roll my smite through this, or do I just need to roll it individually? I think I need to roll that individually, right?
Roll it individually.
Okay,
I can show you how to do that later.
Yep, no problem. Let me roll this many of those. Okay. And I didn't include the damage for that's just the smite. The smite damage is coming. Smite damage is blah 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 blah.
Any rolls.
They're 31 on the smite. And the sword 31. The sword attack itself is going to be this has to be doubled also. Sorry. Oh
no, don't be sorry. Destroy it.
I'm trying. 31 there. Yep, roll the crit on that old boy. Oh yeah, and I have another 3 damage from the fact that I hexblade cursed it. So that's gonna drop, and so that's 31 I put on it plus 15 more that I put on it.
46.
All right, then the second attack there. Oops, hang on. All right. With advantage. That is amazing that I really didn't know that until now. Let's see.
Glad to help.
Found that one accidentally.
All right. That's gonna be 24 to without the at 24 I assume that hits. I'm gonna drop another level 3 smite on it. That's too bad. If I'd gotten a 19 I could have critted on it again, but that's okay. Don't need to be selfish. That's gonna be 4d8.
No, be selfish. Kill it.
Oop, I made a mistake. Actually, I didn't roll enough d8s last time. So here, I'm gonna split that up now.
I can tell he's doing math because he touches his beard.
Did you roll over 5 damage?
It's math beard.
Oh, yeah, I definitely rolled over 5 damage
Okay,
here.
so everything else was gravy. I'm tired of this.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Just for flavor. It's
Why
like,
would
boom,
why
and
did you
this
take
thing-
it from?
This thing goes sliding and then freely just sort of like shimmers for a second and vanishes and is next to it again. Boom. Knocking it up the beach. Yeah, that's another. Oh yeah, that still is just the smite. No, I want to know on principle, Jasmine. I realize we're trying to wrap this up, but the principle, I need to know what it did to this thing. So that's 18 on the smite, plus here comes the damage. Another 12, so 30 more on the second hit.
Okay. Yeah, your blade slices through all 3 of the chitinous spires of this beast, slaying it, filleting it in one fell swoop, and it falls dead.
Yes! Penelope's inside. Cut it open. Cut it open.
What? No,
What?
Penelope's inside.
Penelope's inside.
And I'm scrambling towards Avahara to try to heal her, and I'm gonna shoot healing freely.
Yeah,
and, like,
her
just
shell
assume
is
healing.
horrifically cracked.
Right, I will mending and heal. Just assume all the healing is happening.
I want to assume it's just melting around Penelope. Like Penelope's just like in this smoking, steamy fish mass.
I want to use ascending to send to Penelope and say, "Hurry up, get out of there!"
You just see like a
did it
door
swallow her?
open. You see like the fabric of reality shift, and you just see a door open, and out pops Penelope. She's like, "Why are you guys slicing open that animal? So weird."
So, since when did animals get? Wait, did you just come from a door that?
We basically
Out
saved
of
the
nowhere?
day. We basically saved it. You're welcome. Me and Penelope did everything.
Yeah, we basically saved the day.
We exploded this brain. and
Yeah, we were good.
Now we win because friendship wins everything.
That is absolutely true. Friendship wins everything.
You guys,
Friendship.
we did it.
Friendship.
We did it.
Are we safe now?
And although we may have our differences, it kind of seems like as long as we have each other's backs, we could do everything. Now, I have a very important necromancer that I have to go slay, so I have to go. But I feel like this isn't the last time we're gonna see each other.
It was
Wait,
nice
I'm
to
sorry,
see you,
I'm sorry, what?
Daisy.
Wait,
Avren has a
A
lot of
pop,
backs in his
she
arsenal.
disappears.
I'm like,
Have
no,
fun
let's go.
killing
I'm
the
ready. No,
witch.
it's what? Oh. No, I'm like, hang on, like just shaking the guts of this thing
And
off
that's
of it.
the
I'm
end
like,
of this arc of Sovereign Steel.
We were wrong. Daisy's the hero. Daisy's the hero. We thought she was the big bad. She's actually the hero.
How
You
Star
went
Trek-
over
I love
by
her so much.
I'm so sorry. I somehow thought that would not take nearly as long as
No, can
We're
we
over
go
by
a
an
bit
hour.
longer?
I personally I can't. We're like so far over time here. I'm sorry. I know we all probably had like little things we wanted to do, and I apologize. And you know,
No,
hopefully
this
in the
was
future we'll
epic.
have a chance to. I just know that like Will's waiting, and
Will's got plenty of time, but
we've
yeah.
got like a 3-hour show, and so.
But we got to save the world, and that was amazing. And thank you so much. And yeah. And oh my God, it's over. We won.
I do imagine like when she's like, I gotta go
Ow.
slay this necromancer. Freely literally like pulling his sword out, like, no, let's do it. Come on. Let's
And I'm just going, is anyone else concerned that this 6-year-old is off to go try and fight a necromancer?
My
Nah,
hands
she's
are
got it.
my hands are on
Yeah.
fire as I'm healing Avahara's shell. And I'm just like, wait for me. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Yeah, Daisy is a quick learner.
I feel like this is
trust
like
her.
the end. This is
Child.
like end where like everyone has to make their cameo, and it's like, oh my God, how do you write this in a 2-hour segment? But thank you so much for playing with me, and thank you so much, chat, for sticking with us through this because we went so
Thank you,
far over time.
Jasmine.
And thank you, players, for I know for being so patient with me. I appreciate it. Let's get a round of at least shout outs across the board and just like I want to give time and space for everybody to do that. Jen, take it away.
Hi, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am a writer, producer, actor, all the things. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWisp Jen. I am also one of the writers on Candlekeep Mysteries, the newest D&D hardcover. You can find me on Friday this week at Level Eater, which is a fantastic charity event. It will be, I've posted the information, but it is Friday at 8 p.m. Central. It'll be on Lumpen Radio, twitch.tv/Lumpen, LUMPEN radio. Or you can get more information at leveleater.com, especially if you want to participate, because you can participate in the event and it's fantastic and I love it. I also love these people. This has been 2 years of, yeah, here we go. 2 years of playing with these people who I adore. And means so much to me. I'm so grateful to have been part of this.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Too late.
It's not doing it. So thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming on this journey with us and supporting these stories that we've been telling. And hopefully we get to tell many more in the future. And I love these people so much.
Lauren.
Hi, I told them for every person that cried, Freely was going to indiscriminately attack an innocent bystander. So.
And then I said that was how Freely turned evil.
Must not cry. Gotta keep Freely from turning evil. Hi, I'm Lauren Irvin. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren. So I am super, super lucky to play with all of these people and have been playing with these people for many, many years. I've also been super lucky in where I've been able to take Orkira to other shows, including the wonderful D4. And so you can actually find Orkira showing up on D4 starting this Sunday. Go to the Rock Punch ATL Twitch channel, go check them out on Twitter. I'm going to be hanging out with them for a little while. And the BFGs now have a frantic cleric with them, but nothing will ever replace this group of my family in my heart. So thank you.
Yes, Meagan.
How do I follow that up? Hey everyone, I'm Meagan Kenreck, and it has been my privilege and my pleasure to play with such a wonderful group of people. I have been playing with my friends since April, and I've gotten the pleasure of having Jasmine DM and bestow her wonderful storytelling upon us, and just enjoy everyone's fantastic role playing, and I've made a lot of friends. I also just want to give a special shout out to RoboGoblin and his GIF page for immortalizing us in GIF form, and everybody who has ever provided or taken the time to create art for us. It's much appreciated. I love you all, and I'm gonna miss this show a lot. We're not gone. We're gonna be around the internets in different forms. Todd and I have different creative endeavors that we're going to pursue after this. So very much looking forward to that.
Awesome. Todd?
Shit. Yeah, I am Todd Kenreck, the current creative manager at D&D Beyond. I'm married to Meagan. She's the most amazing person ever. We are going to do lots of cool YouTube stuff on not only on Todd Kenreck at YouTube, but also Whittle and Rend, which are our favorite characters actually. My simple boy Rend and Whittle,
and my simple girl Whittle.
I wouldn't say simple, like nightmarishly freaking dangerous. Fucking A. I like just like with destroying the destroyer of worlds in true form. Terrifying. So Whittle and Rend will be going on future adventures and maybe asking a bunch of these people to come along on the journey. But thank you, Jasmine, for putting up with all of my mania and everything connected to it. And thank you, Jen and B Dave and Hope for giving especially Hope giving so much of herself for so little sometimes, and just doing it because she really cares about the shows, and Lauren because she cares so much more than anyone does, or should have to be expected to. But she just does because she is who she is. Be Dave for being, yeah, be Dave.
No.
Take it away, B Dave.
How dare you?
Freely
How dare you
slaughters an
throw
innocent.
sand in my eyes at the last moment. How dare you?
Of course it would be. Yeah.
Oathbreaker! Yeah. B. Dave Walters, I say words about things. I was fortunate to have been what was supposed to be a one-shot on this crazy adventure where I played a halfling. I don't like halflings. I played my crazy complicated build on a lark, and Freely really has made his own luck. He really is a lucky boy, and things just work out for him. So it's been a grand ride, and y'all already know I do stuff. The next thing's not important. I'm enjoying this moment here. Just follow me on the tweetagrams at B Dave Walters. You'll see where we all land next. But it has been a joy and a privilege to get to tell this story for as long as we have, in as many forms as we have, and whatever's coming next will be dope. And thank all of you for that. Thank you, Jasmine, for that. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't say those of you in chat that are thinking about telling your own stories, creating your own stuff, do it. Don't wait. Do it.
Mm-hmm. Hope.
Hi guys, I'm Hope LaVelle, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone and Todd for bringing me onto all these things. And Penelope is going to go on to new adventures. I don't know where or when, but she's Penelope for hire now. And no matter where she goes, she's going to be making friends. So thanks, guys.
Ronan Halfling.
I want to kickstart that TV show, Penelope for Hire. It's like Spencer for Hire, except shooter.
Yes.
We just find Penelope like murdering people, like Yakuza.
Penelope and Freely, halflings for hire.
It's true. That's it.
Someone
You're
buy the show.
welcome, internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We may be halflings, but we make a whole hero.
Two halves make a whole.
That just leaves you, our fair DM.
Yes. Hi, hello. I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl. Yeah, no, it has been a wonderful ride. And every edition, like halfway through bringing new people on just made it even better. You've all been so welcoming and so kind and so willing to roll with my insanity. And I appreciate you for leaning into it and willing to embrace this more childlike side of me. So I know that that makes me happy. So thank you for enriching the story, being excited over things that I made, and taking that ball and running with it. Because as a DM, that's always exciting when your players get excited. And I hope in the future I can excite and delight you again. In the meantime, I will. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch, and I am going to be playing D&D on my channel here soon, as well as a cyberpunk game that I'm going to be running through Cyberpunk Red. So yeah, and like I said, I hope I get to play with you all again and pull you into more of my chicanery. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat for coming through and being so fantastic. This has been your Tuesday night crew. It has been our divine pleasure to bring you this story.